And hopefully we're live. Okay, my audio's working. Can you guys make some noise up top real quick?
Making some noise.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I appreciate the whole variety that came from that. Howdy, howdy.
There's a snake in my boots.
Loving it. All right, everyone's audio seems to be working. Fantastic. Welcome, Wanderers, to Records of the Realms. I am your record keeper, Vinny or Vander, and these are our cryptids for our Glitter Hearts adventure. This is a very, very fun system that we've been enjoying quite a bit on and off for the last few years, especially a lot this month. Made by Greg Letterman. Very fun magical girl system, also Super Sentai. I don't think we really tripped into that too much, although the designs we had for some of the stuff was skirting the line between the two. But yeah, we are going to be popping into this little mini adventure in a place called Arisen Vale. First, let's introduce the cast, and then we'll get into just some information, and then we will pop into it proper. But before all of that, if you don't mind, we have a Tiltify going on. You can probably see it in the corner there. If you have a chance to donate, we super appreciate it. We're trying to get as high as we can, but if we get to 500, we're going to do a 12-hour one-shot where everybody on the Records of the Realms Discord can come in and fight Tiamat. It's going to be interesting. I'm very excited for it. I really hope we get there, but also every $25 is another tier where bonuses are given to the players and disadvantages are given to me and or whoever else is DMing. But also the PCRF is a wonderful fund that I'll let you go do the research, but it's for Palestine. It helps. It's a children's relief fund, and we just appreciate anyone who is willing to either share or donate. Anything at all helps. We really, really do appreciate. But quickly, hi, I'm Vinny or Vander from Vander.Vision. I do cosplay photography, videography, and I make TTRPG content, mainly here, but also other places. If you're going to PortCon this weekend, I will be up there doing a panel and also photo shoots. So hopefully I'll see some of y'all there. Darien, you good to start?
Oh, all right. Hey, I'm Darien. I'm also a cosplay photographer and tabletop creator. I am do lots of photo shoots at cons. I am writing some stuff that isn't out yet, but I will be talking about it probably at PAX West when I'm out there walking around with Storyteller Squad. So that's what I do, and where you can find me is just look up my name, and I should be available on Instagram.
Oh, and what are your pronouns?
Oh, pronouns he, him.
Also he, him for me too. Next up, over to Joe.
What's up, geeks? I'm Joe. You can New Age geeks at most places. Also, New Age cosplay. Do a bunch of tabletop games. Run New Age geeks. That's all I got. Love you guys.
You're gonna be at Gen Con.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
What are your pronouns?
Him.
Okay. Oh, is it my turn? Am I next?
We're going to Mellow Ed, which is like Mellow minus the.
I'm gonna fucking. I did that one time, and you won't let it go. Hello, friends. My name is Mel. You can find me on most socials as Mellow Ed. It's spelled out for you on the side thingy, so I'm not gonna do my little cutesy thingamajig because Vinny likes to make fun of me for it. If I'm not on here streaming one-shots, usually Glitter Hearts, surprisingly enough. You can also catch me playing World's Biggest Bitch, Ariel Valentine, and World's Sweetest Witch, Amity Starnbrook, over on the Storyteller Squad, a Monster of the Week podcast for lo-fi lesbians and autumnal witchy cryptids. That's me. Oh, and we're Crit Award nominated, which is fucking wild. Over to
Pronouns.
Percy. Oh, pronouns she, her, they, them. Wow. Wowie, wow. Percy, now
We're
it's your turn.
so good at pronouns.
I'm doing so great. Happy Pride
can't
Month.
believe you
forgot
forgot,
my
Mel.
pronouns. I know.
Oh, but I'm Percy, he, they pronouns. I'm duckling.cosplay on Instagram. By the name, I make cosplay. Currently working on a level 13 Ashton cosplay, which I'll be debuting at Otakon this year. So, see me, come by me. And I do art sometimes. So yeah, that's me.
All right, over to Ash.
I was looking at the screen over there, and I was like, "Oh wait, that's me." Okay. Hey, I am Ash. I go by Hey Ash Hayden on socials, usually TikTok. That's where I post most of my content, which is mostly original character storytelling or occasional, like, actual canon cosplays from different shows. I suck at keeping up to date on other social medias, but I do exist there, so just look for the same username. My pronouns are they, them. And yeah.
Over to Zella. Good job.
Hello.
I can't hear you.
Your audio's gone, boo.
Ha!
There we go.
My mic works. It's fine, guys. We know that my mic
Functions.
works.
Yay.
Hi guys, I'm Crazella. I have she, her pronouns. I'm a Twitch streamer who does game, art, and TTRPG content. Lately I've been doing a lot of work in overlays and Twitch art. You can catch me either here on Twitch or at any social at Crazella. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So we are gonna pop into our little adventure here. One more time. Glitter Hearts is a system that 2d6 powered by the apocalypse. It is magical girls, so they will have normal human forms. If you haven't guessed by the names, they are also cryptids, which is just a weird thing we decided to add in, which is great. And then they will have their super forms of various typings, which we will have people describe when and if that happens. Hopefully it does. That's kind of the point of the story. So hopefully we can get to that. But also, we're going to head on into Patterson's Pastries in just a moment, our wonderful little place that all of our cryptids work. But first, we are going to head into the Arisen Vale. The Arisen Vale is a small town north of Ward, south of Trap, a perfect nestled little area of forest and a little bit of a lake in middle of Delaware. The original state, which was a fun fact I learned while I was researching. In this small town, the mundane meets much magical, adventures for these guys. Distractions, pains for many of the citizens there. It is small, and the variety of stores ranges from a bakery to a wood shop to a clock tower, not really a shop, but they're kind of famous for the clock tower, to the mayor's office that has gift shops inside there, to just normal run-of-the-mill small town. Sorry, something froze on a different computer, which made me a little happy about it. But in this town, we are going to zoom in from, Main Street into a small shop called Patterson's Pastries, where we can find all of our lovely little cryptids. Is that good or bad? Good. Sorry, I'm watching the stream, which has random notifications of good and bad things happening, so I just have to keep an eye on that. Inside Patterson's Pastries, we're going to run into all of our characters as they are bustling and hustling around doing their daily jobs for this wonderful, fun weekend, Myths and Magics Mayhem. During this weekend, people from all over come to celebrate in some small ways and some larger ways, various monsters and myths. It is a great LARPing area, a good cosplay area. It lets all of the people who, what cons are there in Delaware? Really? Like, who gets to celebrate anything? Delawareans, don't come for me. It gives people an opportunity, especially in a small rural area, to do their photo shoots, hang out with other like-minded cryptozoologists, and just have a good time in a small town. Who wants to introduce their character first as we zoom in to Patterson's Pastries, which is currently very, very busy during the middle of this very chaotic weekend?
I feel like I would assume it'd be James.
The camera zooms in to the front of the counter.
As you kind of come in on the front of the counter, you see kind of a middle-aged guy. He's going bald. He's got pretty much this horseshoes worth of hair, white t-shirt that's kind of stained. He's got this little apron on that's covering his jeans. He's kind of just standing there working behind the counter. He's just very upset about this whole prospect and all these people coming in, and then now he's got work to do. Come on, what do you want? He's calling people up. Let's go. What you want? 2 devil's food cakes? All right, come on, let's go. Move it along. Let me get 2 devil's food.
All right, popping from our front of house heading into the back kitchen. We have a plethora of workers back there, don't we? Two or three y'all are back there doing things. Who's gonna go first? I will make one of you if one of you doesn't choose.
I'll go. God, my mic's working too well. So yeah, in the back, we have Ken Carson, who is just, guys, he is such a vibe and the biggest himbo you guys will meet. But he's just in his chef's getup, but it's in all black instead of being like chef whites. He's got his little sweatband of like pink, yellow, and blue, and he's just like mixing up some like cake batter and stuff that he knows that James is just going to be pushing through in the front.
Wonderful. And who else do we have back there toiling away?
You would see back to back with Ken, probably the other biggest himbo you'll ever see, standing 6'3", 6'4", wide, broad shoulders, a button down open over a maybe 3 buttons down over a big muscular chest, with all of which covered by an apron. And you see Solomon Saul Cobalt, who has black kind of markings, kind of look like tattoos, all up and down his arms. He has a gradient purple-blue locks, dreadlocks, which are now up in a bun to keep them out of his face while he works. And he has a tray of pastries that he is carrying from an oven to a counter, with one in his mouth currently. And if you look closely, he has a loaf of bread from the morning rush that has been taken out in his back pocket. Like a long baguette, not like a thick loaf of bread. And you see trailing him on the ground is a small, kind of thick, chunky, golden cat with a big red collar with a massive bell on the front of it. And that is his cat, Bread Baker, the biscuit maker, but Bread is what everyone would call him.
Love it. And we have a third person back there, I believe. Nope, driver, and you guys are doing it. So as the camera pans out of the kitchen, over to the back room where all of the technical work, the behind the scenes, the back end stuff gets done. Who do we see typing away, texting away, posting away?
Typing away at her computer, although she's about to get up and go help in front of house. We see this very cleanly dressed young woman, probably in her mid-ish 20s. She's got a slight wave to her hair, which is a sort of navy blue blackish color. It's a little slightly unnatural, but nobody ever really minds. It's half pulled up into a half updo. And she's finishing typing away some emails, ordering some more supplies, checks the time and goes, yes, well, the rush is probably extra heavy at this hour. I'm gonna go and make sure things are going all right in front of house. Are you gonna stay back here, Sylvie? And the person speaking, her name is Vanessa, also known as Nessa Lynn, one of the managers at Patterson's Pastries.
You see a very frantic looking girl on the phone who looks just distraught. Her hair is a fiery flaming red, flying out of its high ponytail, barely being controlled in that little ponytail. She is in a large oversized gray hoodie, and she turns around on the phone and goes, I'm so sorry. I know that you said that you don't want... I know, I understand. Okay, so you were saying that you had chocolate chips in your chocolate chip cookies, right?
No, that wasn't the problem at all. I was looking for fresh ginger snaps, and Granny's To Go was able to get them to me so quickly. I just don't understand why Patterson's Pastries can't do the same thing.
Right. Okay. I'm so sorry. Do you have your number, your order number, anything? We can get that fixed right away. We have the fastest delivery person. I promise you. We will get you some ginger snap cookies.
Ask me for my order number. We're gonna cut off
gosh.
there before we all have traumatic flashbacks.
I would actually very much
Stay
like.
back.
I would like Vanessa to interrupt because I feel like she could like. It's pretty quiet here in the back, and she's just going to just gingerly take the phone out of
Gingerly?
Sylvie's. Yes, gingerly take the phone out of Sylvie's hand, and say, "Ma'am, if you had an issue with your order, you can go ahead and email us at our customer service email with your order number, and we can further assist you. If you do not want to give us your order number, then have a good day." And she hangs up.
Wonderful.
But
The thing we all
I'm
wish.
glad that you did that because I was about to give more cookies.
We don't really have cookies to spare at the moment, but maybe later.
Okay.
And then she's gonna go out to the front, and she's like throwing on an apron.
You
Did
do,
you need help or?
If you'd like, I will not say no.
you do very quickly also get an email from this lady who begrudgingly was like, "Well, I need to get my delivery of cookies."
Yeah,
So-
and Nessa's plugged in. She's got the customer service email. Like, she's happy to answer customer service emails. She hates dealing with the phone. So she's like typing away, responding to the email, and like getting things handled. She's got it all on her phone and her computer. She's never not unplugged from work.
Super fair.
Not healthy.
As you guys open the door to head up front, the camera zooms past you guys, and besides all of the normal sitting situation where a lot of your regulars are probably taking up space, there is a single seated table in a corner where a man is just reading over his newspaper, but we go right by him and back up to the front door as it opens up for our final member to come in after a very, very speedy delivery.
All right. So walking in is a buff-ass lady. She's pretty short, but makes up for it in her beef. Her name is Sally Fredericks. She's got green hair with black streaks in it, or black with green. Doesn't matter. Don't question her on it. She looks like she used to be a bully in high school and is very begrudgingly trying to work this job. But she's quick, and she kind of busts into the door, maybe knocks over a customer as she comes in.
As you come in with that, there is a from one of the seats nearby, and pulling down the newspaper and putting on his green spectacles, we see name Tom Adams, the owner of the establishment, also in humanoid form as well as many of the people are here, and says, "Sally, customers." Knock into coworkers, and then just puts back up the newspaper.
She reaches down, picks up the customer by the scruff of their shirt, gently pats them down, and then continues walking.
Love that.
Sally is walking in. Nessa has finished wrapping up the customer service email, I'm going to say, resolved whatever the customer's issue was, went and packed them a new order, and walks up to Sally and goes, "I am so sorry, but you're going to have to make another delivery. It's for a customer error. If you need 2 minutes, you can take 2 minutes, but take this with you."
And this Sylvie has like crudely written a very apologetic sorry note and like is about to like slap it down on the box, but then kind of like hands it.
Takes it, puts it on the box, and she just kind of gives like the little bro nod to Nessa, the only person she respects in this establishment. Definitely not a blush on her cheeks. You can't see it. Turns around,
Also,
walks out.
Nessa gives like the nod back, and it just looks weird on her. Like she's too prep looking for this shit. Like
To prep for this to this punk bitch.
too prep to be doing like cute head nods at people.
Yeah, and Sylvie does not get a head nod. She does not respect Sylvie. She doesn't respect anyone, but she respects Nessa.
The one person. As
It's
you
the glasses.
as you continue about your way, maybe taking a moment to breathe, James, up front, you are dealing with a regular customer who, unfortunately, is just a bit of a rambler. Muriel Dubois, who owns Wooderlust, a all-wood carving store not too far away, but she is very complicated with her orders and loves to explain some things going on. And currently she's telling you about, while most trees, like 99.99% of trees,
sweetheart,
only
I
have
ain't
the
got time
one
for this. I
range.
got a lot of
I did
customers
find
here.
some,
What do you so we're
and
gonna
it's
put on, did
very
you want the
specially
chocolate donuts or
crafted
did you want
rings
the
out of
the
the
strawberry
two
ones? I'm like,
rings that
Muriel,
some trees
I
create.
again, with this is, you may want to talk to yourself when you're carving wood, but we ain't got time to talk here. So what do you want?
Can I get a glass of water?
We ain't got water, sweetheart. Next. You take some time, think about what you need. Next.
All right, I'm gonna go say hi to the chefs and just
Okay.
start
Good luck, Muriel.
And Tom quickly is like, "You can't go back there, Muriel. Sorry, I don't know how many times we need to say it. You can't go back there." But as the room begins filling up with people in LARP outfits and cosplays, some of them just a little finer than average. How is the work going back in the kitchen? And is our little cat friend, is Bread respectful of the kitchen?
Yeah, like he stays out of the way of like stuff being done, but he will get up on counters, on like cabinets and stuff. He doesn't like mess with the food that's going out. It seems like he's probably smart enough to like know. He's probably smarter than Saul, right? Like that's the vibe of like, this cat loves this big dumb idiot so much.
I love that. How does Ken feel about a cat back in the kitchen? Just out of curiosity. Muted.
Thank you. Ken is all for it. Ken loves animals and just loves bread to death. Not only because, Ken's a baker.
Death by bread. Cool. As you guys are chipping away at orders back there, Bread is getting all up in it as much as he can without actually getting in it. It's just getting very close. Feeling just like a little bit of stress. Maybe it's more from the front than you guys. Bread just comes up next to you guys and gives you some purr rubs just to be like, "You got this, guys. You got this, guys." And what, as things in the back heating up a bit, in the front, as you guys come out and help additional customers, there's a few, again, regulars who sit around and probably take up the space inside because the people coming in for food are going out to go do activities, so they're not too worried about it. What does our backroom pair, what is an issue that you guys solve as you guys have something, maybe a customer approach, maybe something that wasn't customer related, maybe it's something in the shop itself? What's an issue that you guys deal with as it just appears in the shop?
I was gonna say Nessa probably has like a clipboard she keeps off to the side when it gets like super crowded like this, and she's gonna start like, she's gonna count like, I don't know how many people are currently in here, but she's gonna count off like the first 5 and just leave James to like deal with them by himself, and she's gonna like, from the like 6th person onwards, get their order because they can like see pretty much everything available in the display counters. She's gonna like write down an order number for them, and then also like write down the order number on the sheet of paper, pass it to Sylvie. Sylvie's gonna leave it on the counter. We're gonna get it like solved once they get to the front. Like, they've got a system. Nessa has a system for everything. She doesn't normally like being in front of house this much, so she is like being pretty quiet. She'll like go up to somebody and be like, "What would you like to order?" Just in the quietest voice possible. Here's your order number. Thank you. And then just like keeps moving down the line.
Sylvie, how about you? Are you, besides obviously you're doing the quick transfer of the papers, how are you helping out in front with the buildup of people and like a small issue here or there?
I would say, despite being very anxiety-ridden and just frantic, she is loud, and you will hear her. So if for some reason a customer's being a little too rowdy and Nessa can't get their attention, she will be like, "Hey, excuse me, what was your order and order number? Put it down on that sheet, please. Thanks, bye." And then like go to the next.
Yep,
To kind of just keep the line moving and then running back and forth to the counter, like putting things in the way that she knows that Nessa likes them to be ordered.
Oh, what is the song? That's what it is. There's just a couple LARPers who are singing Welderman just a little too much and a little too loud for
My goodness.
for anyone's peace of mind. And Sylvie, as you are like helping some customers and kind of like quieting them down a bit, and as Sally, you're about to leave, and right as you guys are both dealing with a couple interactions at the same time, a pair of best buddies that you guys know who live around here and have been around here for a while. I don't have dry mouth. It's fine, guys. Come and just one of them, it's a reporter duo, apparently for like a college or a high school paper. Someone named Victoria Grimm and Vanessa Helsing. Not Vanessa. Sorry. I was trying to think of another V name. What is another good V?
Violet.
Violet, thank you. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Violet works though. That's perfect. And Violet Helsing, a pair of teenagers who just come up and between the two interactions you guys just had, one of them with a rolling camera goes up towards Sally and is like, "So we've seen the way that you've been rough handling the customers. Is this an ongoing thing from you, or is this just you lashing out?" And these are two kids who write a little blog and are kind of onto the cryptid thing. They just have a lot of assumptions, but they're the only two people in the entire fucking town. And then immediately Victoria like turns over to you, Sylvie, and says, "Your voice got kind of loud there. Is that just you needing to take control of the situation, or were you unleashing the beast?" And just is like writing down words in like in reporter fashion as while trying to corner you guys in the moment.
Wait, sorry, was one of them accusing Nessa of rough handling the customers?
No,
or was
Sally.
it Sylvie?
Sally.
Oh, Sally, excuse me.
Yeah, we got a Sylvie and a Sylvie and a Nessie. So, you know.
Yeah, a lot of S's.
So much.
So many S's.
Just from the other side of the room, just like a sample of donut flies across.
Which one are you hitting? Grim or Helsing?
Whichever one asks the stupid question.
Whoa, okay, so you hit both.
It ricochets off one onto the other.
Excellent shot. How do you guys respond to these people after a sample of one of the baked goods just because tossed at both of them?
I mean, it's a little loud in here, so, you know, we have to yell sometimes. But I do it in a bubbly voice, so, like, you know, it's not screaming.
Yeah, you do. Just writes a note and steps back.
So Sally is going to just dead stare into the eyes of another one, and I am going to use a thing I can do, which is called intimidating physique.
Okay, and FYI, as a note, any magical abilities you guys have, unless you have something that states that otherwise, you can't use in your humanoid forms. Just so you know.
It's my everyday identity.
I had a feeling, but I
everyday.
wanted to specify that before we went on. But go ahead.
Yes, this is my everyday identity because I am a bodybuilder and I am very beefy. I have big ass muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to roll physical to silently convince this guy. These pronouns for these two?
Pair of girls. That one of them is the one. Grim is a little tomboyish, who's the one that came up to you with the camera. So in that moment, you could definitely try to talk her down with your muscles.
Yeah, yeah. I try to talk her down with my muscles because muscles speak louder than words, baby. I'm gonna roll plus my physical. Thank God. That's a 9.
9? What is this specific move? Is this a thing that you
it's
specifically
convince.
have?
It's a
convince
somebody
someone?
roll.
Perfect.
Yes.
On a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you can reassure them through action or protect them somehow. Okay.
I'm protecting them from me.
You know, I'll take that. Also, solid first roll. So yeah, you intimidate them to the point of, look, you don't want to be messing with me right now, kind of. Mm-hmm. Is it just that dead stare?
Yeah, it's like, I think
flex?
because she has one of her eyes always covered, I think she like puts her bangs back and just does a full 2-eyed stare at them.
Love that. And eventually that kid also backs off, and then they go back to their seats that they had in the corner where they do their little conniving.
Yeah, you better run.
All right.
Sylvie wants to give them a free sample to try and calm the waters, but it is probably the donut that was just thrown.
No.
Oh my fucking god.
Floor donut.
Love that.
Floor
Ew,
donut.
not the
Floor donut.
5 second rule, it's fine.
Violet looks at it, takes it, puts it on Victoria's plate, and Victoria just hounds it.
And then she just kind of like, and then twirls and walks back.
Awesome. All right. So after like probably a hour of a big rush, it dies down to, so it's just a few of the regulars. You have one of them who just like reads all the time, not too dissimilar to Tom, who just like sits there with the newspaper, the same newspaper, switches between every goddamn page and doesn't do much more than that. At some point gets up and leaves, and then suddenly a big plush of a Mothman wearing the same glasses appears in the back room, just on the counter next to our two wonderful big boys. Big boys? We'll say big boys for now. And you just watch as the eyes close underneath on the stuffed animal, and you hear just like a light snoring. But as everything calms down, you guys are able to take a few minutes and not deal with an oncoming rush of people besides the regulars sitting around. What do you guys do? The time is yours for a few minutes.
Is it?
What time of day is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Didn't hear it, I just read it. It's probably about
I'm gonna fight this sword.
2-ish in the afternoon, like 2:20 around.
I have a question about like above table. Are we aware of each other's like quirks in our human forms?
I would assume so,
Yeah.
given the fact that we've been a team for a while.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say probably.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be important to like go speak to Nessa about the video camera incident then.
Oh, sure.
So Sylvie, I guess, unless someone else wants to take over that conversation.
Do it up.
Okay. Sylvie will kind of like wave you back to the bag.
Okay, yeah. So I'll look to Sally really quick though and just go, now's a good time to take your 30-minute break. I'll be back. And follow Sylvie into the back.
So that camera thing is a new thing that they're doing. The V's, Victoria, Violet.
Stations are rather amusing, I suppose, but I'm not really concerned about it.
Even if they look back at the footage and they see...
Nothing?
Yeah, that's my point, though, because, like, there's probably multiple people in frame, and it's just, like, you're the only one who's not...
Blame it on the rush. I'm not sure. I'm not concerned about it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were, handling this crowd okay?
Yeah. About as okay as any other rush day.
Which is every
That'll
day.
be fine. Yeah. Extra busy, though, this weekend.
Well, makes sense. Good for business, though.
Great for business. In fact, I believe our projections are up a little bit because of this weekend, but... To say my anxiety is getting the best of me is an understatement.
You can say that again. She, like, tries to calm her hair down and just goes right back up. Okay, well, just wanted to check on you.
Appreciate you. I think we both earned a break. There's like a couple of lights blinking on like the office telephone, which are for like customer service calls. And she goes over and like presses a certain button to like disconnect them and like leave a message that says like, we are currently on break and we will be back in 30 minutes. Again, she's thought of everything.
Excellent.
She has very strict boundaries for everyone else but herself.
How do the rest of you spend your calm portion of the midday rush? The eye of the storm.
Smoke break.
Saw that
Saul,
one coming.
I guess for Nessa, you see the door to the back office get pushed open, and Bread is standing in the doorway, and then Saul comes around the corner with still like some sort of pastry in his mouth, but you can see like he's kind of smiling, so you can see his like large, sharp incisors in the pastry as he walks in, and just through a piece of bread just kind of goes, it seemed kind of like you were not doing great, so here. And he just takes the loaf of bread out of his back pocket, rips it in half, and hands you just half a warm loaf of bread, like rosemary olive oil bread.
Yes.
It's like somehow still feels warm and fresh. He's like, that usually helps. But and he just like walks away with the other half of the loaf of bread and keeps eating a pastry. And Bread follows him out of the room.
She just does like a little cheers motion with it. Thanks, Saul. And just is gonna like rip off a little piece and nibble on it. Offer some to Sylvie. Vinny, when should I ask about my start of mystery / arc?
Whenever
move?
you want.
I forgot I had a startup session.
Let's have some dreams of prophecy, my guy.
Okay. Let's do it up.
So, I have to roll plus mystical. Depending on what I get, I either get a clear vision of something terrible that is going to happen in the near future. On a 7 to 9, I have a tough time piecing together the fragments. On a 6 or less, I dream of myself in grave danger. So let's see what happens. I get a That's So Raven moment, essentially. It's going to be great. Ah, my dice. Oh, what is my mental? It's an 8. Please hold. Mental. Why did I make my mental a 0? I don't know why I did this to
I thought you said it
myself.
was mystical.
Did I say mystical? Am I not?
Yes.
It is mystical. Hui. Okay, so that's a 10. Because otherwise it would have been an 8.
And
So
what
on a
is it
10
on
plus,
twelve?
you get a clear vision of something terrible that's going to happen in the near future.
Cool.
Yeah.
You see, what are you doing as this is about to happen?
I think she's literally walking away with like, she like had split the bread loaf into 2 new halves and gave one half to Sylvie and was walking away nibbling on the other one. She was just gonna like, I like to think that out back, there's like a little enclosed courtyard sort of deal, like on the way out to like take the trash out. So like it's like a nice little break area for everybody on like a nice summery day. And she's like heading back out there and just like stops in the doorway as this vision shit happens.
Out of curiosity, James and Sally, do you guys take your breaks out back there or out front or somewhere else?
No,
Oh,
right in the
definitely
break
out
room.
back.
All
You
right.
got
He's doing the thing again, I think.
60.
What?
We're at $460.
Thank you guys. That's like
Hell yeah.
a solid increase. Holy crap.
Hell
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you all. That gives, I mean, an FYI for you guys. You guys have a bunch of advantage rolls you can use. You can also make me roll a disadvantage. That doesn't happen in this game because I don't roll. And then you guys can, there's some auto crits too. So, like, use them if you want. The more you use them, the less my main campaigns can use them, which is great. Cool. So, James and Sally. Ken, do you also, what are you doing for your break before I pop over to
I feel
this
like
quick
Ken
thing?
is definitely making like a pot of coffee, like for everyone.
As you're making it, plush bat wing just slowly starts pushing an empty mug in line with the others.
Just
Yep. I hate this weekend. Anyways, back to the vision. Cool. One more time what 10 plus does. Just want to make sure that I'm giving correct information.
a clear vision of something terrible that is going to happen in the near future, and I also get to take +1 forward when I act to stop this future.
Cool. You see the clock tower explode. You just see the top level of it just burst open. And from it you hear a roar with a magnitude of... Please stop buzzing phone. With a magnitude that shakes the entire town. You don't see what that is, but after that part of the vision clears, you watch as... The best way I can describe it as fuzzy slinkies are moving all over town and grappling and wrapping onto people, and then you watch those people just freeze into place. And then you watch as a creature, a almost of mythic proportions of a yeti, large, hulking, furry, and roaring, just starts bashing one of its 3 arms into various buildings.
3 arms?
Mm-hmm. And then you watch as pieces of rubble are grappled and then tossed up into the air. And I think that's plenty to start with, don't you?
A lot. That's so much.
Oh, and the time on the clock tower...
Oh, yeah, what was the time on the clock tower?
Was 2:22.
Like 2 p.m. right now?
It's 2:20.
Oh, no.
About a minute ago.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. She, I think, like, just stops in the doorway to the courtyard and sort of, like, I think this vision is so visceral that she, like, you ever wake up from a dream that's, like, so scary that you, like, gasp in shock afterwards when you wake up? Terrible feeling. Don't recommend it, but that's what happens when she comes out of this. She literally just goes and has dropped her bread. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We have to close the store. She starts, like, hustling to the front, and she starts, like, there's nobody left. She starts locking up the doors and just, like, puts, like, be right back, and then runs back to the back room. Come on, we gotta go, and just starts, like, booking it.
James
just
and
without
Sally,
thinking.
you guys are the ones who see this first. What are your responses or reactions?
You think she saw something?
Yeah, she saw your ugly mug.
Nah, that's fair. That'll make most people scream like that.
We need to go. We need to go. The clock tower's gonna explode.
I still get paid.
There's also like 3 regulars still in the shop after it died down. Do you just lock them in there, or what's going on with that?
Saul, like, walks through and is like, sorry guys, you gotta go. And he just, like, lifts them full in their chairs, like, wraps his arms around 2 of them, just stands up and, like...
All right, that's Victoria and Violet 100%. And they're like, this is a lot of strength for a random individual to just have out of nowhere, and you don't look like you work out at all. This looks natural.
He looks down at them as he is, like, 6'3" and all muscle, just goes, I don't know what to tell you.
How do you keep this form? Just holding a camera.
Honestly, it's natural. Just like, that's
I feel like that's cool. Just because you just drop them outside.
Thanks for noticing. Have a good one. And he hands them the other half of the loaf of bread and then just is gone into the building.
Watching you do that, the other individual called Pal just, like, closes his book, gets up, raises a hand, says, I don't want that treatment. I'm good. And just walks out.
I will say, Solomon did lift them gently. Like, he did not, like, strong arm them out. He kind of, like,
people
scoop.
Don't want that, though.
That's
Some
fair.
people very much do want that.
Listen, I'm sure a lot of people would love to be lifted by the giant, colorful himbo.
Yeah, you could have.
If that's not your thing, that's fine.
You could have a separate tip jar just for lifts. I'm sure, and it would work fine.
It
honestly,
wasn't his idea.
A bunch of you guys could
but he's just like, yeah, okay.
Cool. Yep. So, all right, you guys are getting the people out. Vanessa's running around telling everybody that you need to look up. While
Can we see the clock tower from the bakery?
Yeah.
Question.
Fuck it, a D20
That's a
roll.
very good question.
That's a 3. We're gonna say no.
Dang it. All right.
Damn it.
It's not on the other side of town, but there's just enough buildings. Most buildings here aren't more than maybe 2 stories anyways, but there's just enough building in the way that you can't quite make it out. Tom just having a nice coffee with Ken. Just here's the commotion. What do you suppose all that's about?
Oh, I don't know. Nessa, I just made this coffee. Okay. As Ken is starting to like get up, just kind of clean up. Okay, sorry. I gotta go help.
All right, make sure you all have your keychains. And just continues to sip coffee and rest his back against the pot. Anyways. All right, what are the rest of you doing? All of you here, at least at the very least, see Vanessa running around like crazy. A couple of you guys just saw her actively have a vision. So,
James, are we finishing our smoke?
Yeah.
Um,
She just has these visions sometimes, overreacts constantly.
I feel
Saying
like
shit as always.
I feel like Ken would walk out back to you guys. Did Nessa have a vision or something?
I mean, when are they not having visions? Come on. One time the bread's gonna overflow out of the oven. The next time a clock tower's exploding. I don't know.
Wait, the clock tower is gonna explode?
Vinny, how obvious is our like sequence into outfit?
I think you guys. I don't think you guys chose. Is very obvious as one of the flaws. I think you guys chose you needed an item.
Yeah,
So-
we chose
Oh,
the
the
item. We have the
keychain, yeah.
keychains with our little cryptid emblems on them.
So it's very complex, but that's only for like the quick splash of the animation. But no one sees
Okay.
that part.
All right, so I think you guys see like there's like a flash of light, and Saul has now like. Should I describe the other outfit?
Go ahead. We do not have the art of it, so yes, go ahead and describe
All
so that
right.
way people can hear.
So Saul is now standing in the like doorway of the courtyard. He is in kind of form-fitting, almost like looks like somewhere between a superhero and like a martial artist outfit. Head to toe, he's got like bracers that go into like fingerless gauntlets, and he has claws now. He has a long blue, like a tail. It's like a tiger's, but instead of orange, it's shades of blue and purple. He has a hood up that kind of covers his face with a half cowl over the top and a mask over the bottom that has almost like a in between an Oni mask and like tiger teeth. So it got a little bit curved fangs on it. And he has a burst of light. Saul goes, "It's adventure time. Let's go!" And it just disappears.
There's a quick freeze frame, and underneath you just see in large blue font, Azure Claw. Cool. So, one of your party members just starts running off.
Well, I was gonna say I have a power that I don't have to roll, just auto 6 for any thwart peril check, which is just getting somewhere.
Oh my god.
So he took off like a lightning bolt towards the clock tower.
Hell yeah. All right. You begin heading off. What do the rest of you guys do? A couple of you guys are still like, you got at least a little bit left. Like you could get another 30 seconds out of this.
I think Ken would go ahead and take Soul's lead and just like grab the keychain and just like kind of like almost fidget spinner like a little bat and just kind of like spin it. Another flash of light goes and you just see Ken now as the purple Fang in like this like moderately like skin tight like purple leather suit, but like with like tufts of like just hair from his chest and his like forearms and like his feet and like part of his shoulders and back. And now with like these like tucked in bat wings and like these huge like purple ears, like bat ears, looks at James and Sally. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go help Saul. Just when you guys are done smoking, I guess. And just darts after Saul.
As our smokers
Yeah.
keep going.
I think at this point Sylvie is gonna like rush out and be like, "Come on, guys!" and then like grab her little keychain and then just flick it really quick, and then you just see at first like kind of like a burst of sparkles go off, but then suddenly turns into this dark, swirling purple mist with these glowing green eyes that pop out of it. And then suddenly you see this robed figure in dark robe with purple accents. You can't see any part of her face and just glowing red eyes and a spear. And then she goes, "Time to go." And then like throws her spear down. So it makes a really large crack on the ground. And then just vanishes. She's using her one with air or skyfish friend power just to turn invisible and just kind of whoop.
I will say, I
Run
did
out.
not mean to activate superhero mode so quickly.
Please.
All right.
Yeah,
If they
and at
try to
some
keep
point,
smoking,
Nessa
she's
has
gonna like
transformed
smack
as well.
the cigarettes out of their hands
Oh.
while invisible.
Could you?
Oh.
Wasn't me. Let's go.
All right, so you try
So-
knocking it out. Who's next? James?
I guess me and Sally just at the same time just transform and go. As James transforms, his helmet kind of grows up out from his collar and kind of stretches out into this elk head, and this big crown of antlers kind of push out from the top. His outfit's pretty just like superhero outfit, black and reds with bits of silver on it, as these two wings kind of spread out from behind his back. And a long spear kind of forms in his one hand that has like these 9 foxtails kind of hanging from the top, and it's got this very like Asian influenced spear, and it's as he following behind, just kind of launches himself up into the air.
Nice. Sally?
Sally, our other resident Chimera looking cryptid. So Sally, when she transforms, there's just a scream of rage that erupts from her because she's so pent up in her everyday form that when she becomes Rage Chimera, all of the rage kind of comes out of her. Her hair kind of starts to look more like octopus tentacles in a way. She has a mask that looks like a beak, but you have a feeling it's holding her back. It's protecting you, not her. She's kind of got like almost athletic gear. It's very armored, very scale-like. Her legs kind of turn more reptilian. They become more quadrupedal in nature as opposed to like her human legs. And on her hands are 2 large claws on her gauntlets, because trying to get all of the Snallygaster's nonsense into this because it's a mess.
We love
And she
cryptid
has one giant eye in the center of her face beaming down at you. Anyone.
That's the most terrifying part, I'll be honest. Rest of
Big
it,
eye.
it's whatever. The giant one eye.
She's scary.
All right. That's how you activated the call. You transform into?
She has like a certain spot where every time she has to run out of the bakery, it's away from the bakery. It's where she transforms, and it's very like it definitely leans to the more typical like magical girl style. She explodes out of this like puff of sparkles, and her like usually like white skin is now this like pale bluish color. Her wavy like navy blue hair has now exploded into this almost like emerald green, super large, voluminous ponytail. Her eyes are like glowing like seafoam green. She has this tiara across her forehead. Her dress is also sort of like a seafoam green. It is cinched at the waist, and the skirt flares out and is kind of poofy. There's these sort of gossamer, like 3-tiered sleeves. If anyone knows Sailor Moon Super, that's what the sleeves are modeled after. And she also, I've decided the last minute, has also a matching sort of gossamer looking like bow sash around her waist. And so there's 2 long ribbon trails trailing behind her to sort of mimic like water and all of that. And she's got these like thigh-high boots. There's like accents of like navy blue everywhere. The weirdest part, the absolute weirdest part, is this sort of crystalline looking bright pink pool floaty that sits around her shoulders. Like it's kind of like on an angle. We'll come back to that in a second.
Like the classic ammunition Rambo style.
Yeah, like literally like that. But
Love
it's a pool tube.
Love it.
Yeah.
As all of you guys get transformed and run off, Tom Adams, who transformed back into his humanoid form, but still holding a cup of coffee, just kind of leans against the back door, takes a sip. I don't know how this is still a secret. And we're going to cut to you guys as we move away from Tom. You watch as smaller forms, not Slinky-esque, but just almost like small little strands of like thick rope start falling off the side of the bakery, and some of it gets on Tom, and he begins like looking around confused for a moment before eventually he freezes in place. As you guys continue on, I think we have Azure Claw leading the pack, literally, when it comes to going towards the clock tower. I'm going to assume that everything you guys did since the vision happened, where you had 1 minute and 30 seconds, has taken longer than a minute. And you guys, I'm just saying,
I don't know.
Heavy assumption.
Curiosity, has Nessa told us anything else?
The only thing she said was the clock tower's gonna explode. That's all.
Okay.
That she was like, "There's no time to explain the rest of it." But like, what happens is once you're transformed, she starts telepathically like telling you guys everything because she can do that. You can link up your team's mind, allowing you to quickly communicate. You can keep track of your team anywhere on Earth, but not beyond. Anyone in another dimension or out in space is too far away. So you're just getting the whole rundown of everything that she saw. And she's like, at 2:22 p.m., the clock tower is going to explode, and there's going to be a very loud roar that shakes the entire town. There's also these fuzzy, slinky-like worms that start wrapping around people and paralyzing them. And something about a Yeti-like creature. It had 3 arms for some reason. And it was like throwing giant chunks of rubble around. So it's bad. It's very, very bad.
At the end of that explanation.
God damn it.
Was I able to make it
You
inside
make it there
before that happened?
Yeah, you can make it there first. You begin. Is there any roll related to this? I do want to let you guys actually roll dice. If I don't think of it, please just bring it up. Do you want to give me...
Be vigilant?
Yeah, be vigilant seems like a good fit. So if you want to give me a roll of that real quick, we'll let you get some millisecond timing off as this is about to happen.
I mean, so I can read how like lightning's full description first, and that might help with the call. But so lightning is fast. The power of lightning has enhanced your reflexes and speed. You're able to get to any location you can see without having to make a thwart peril check.
Hell yeah!
So that's like auto. Just get there. I can, and then I have a different move called Everything Will Be Fine. Which I can use to use mystical for be vigilant checks.
Hell yeah.
That's what we're going to try.
As you guys are going by, there's like cosplayers and stuff being like, oh my god, look, it's the Cryptkids. You guys look great.
And you just hear like, it's hard to make out because he's moving incredibly fast. It's just like, "Ah!"
As like Nessa goes by in the lock-on form, someone's like, the pool floaty's on the wrong side, actually.
I don't exactly care right now, but thank you very much.
What did you roll?
That is a what is this? That is an 8 on the dice plus 2 mystical. That is a 10 on Be Vigilant.
All right. On the 10, hold 3. So ask any of the questions below. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers I haven't noticed yet? What's the most vulnerable to me? What seems to be the monster's weakness? Doesn't super apply here yet, I don't think, but if you want to ask, we'll figure something out. What's my best way to protect the area or the victims here?
What's the best way to protect the area or victims here? Just to start.
You are, as you get there, and you do get there before anybody else, and just like a second before disaster, you are hearing like the winding of gears to a point of like a tightening, to the point that you can know that some cogs are about to explode outwards. And beyond the cogs, you can see up in the clock tower by just looking up, and it has kind of like a stained glass appearance on the outside. Inside, you can just see either like a bubbling of electricity or energy or light of some form. That, from what you heard from Nessa, that's probably where the bad thing's about to happen. So all the people on the ground, and it's not like this isn't necessarily the busiest location, but it's a cool clock tower, so people are taking some photos, some selfies with it, is getting these people like a good 40, 50 feet away from this.
All right. Can I do that? I'm trying to think, how could I do that? Okay, I've got some stuff, but other questions.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any dangers I haven't noticed?
As you ask that, you see from the doors of the clock towers, you are seeing underneath the clock towers, tower singular. From underneath, you're seeing these small, I guess like caterpillar size little strands that similar to the ones that fell on Tom, that are currently just crawling outwards, and they're like touching and going on to some people. They don't even seem to really be noticing as they're like getting on people's shoes and touching people's legs. And eventually someone just kind of like yawns and like reaches their arms out, and you watch one of their hands just get totally covered by it, and they freeze in that position.
Okay. And then you said that the clock tower is like kind of touristy thing, like we're known for it. Would there be people inside of it?
There's probably a few.
Oh
potentially.
no.
What's my best way in?
Best way in? I mean, any of the doors.
I'll use that for my third.
They are all unlocked and open, and you know that there is actually the bottom level has a straight shot where from the door that you're right in front of, if you just make a straight line, you'll be out the back doors real quick. So if there's anybody in there, you could go in out in a very quick manner.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be Saul's first move. I think, do we know that, like, are Nessa's visions infallible? Are they things that we've ever been able to prevent? Or it's just like, that is what's going to happen? We can't mitigate, we can only clean up.
Got you. Because the whole variety level that you can get them in, I'm sure there are some where you've probably stopped small portions of it. But I would say they probably almost always come true.
Okay. Then I think, yeah, Saul's going for rescue over prevention. And he's gonna grab any people who are in the building and run them out, and then start trying to like move people in the area away from it. Basically, Quicksilver in like the Fox movies,
X-Men. Yep.
Like clearing out the exploding Xavier school.
Cool. You begin speedily getting people out. The rest of you arrive, and you're able to watch as Azure Claw is beginning to do this process. And you guys have 5 seconds, we'll say, before this happens. So would any of you guys like to do as you see some people are getting cleared away? Azure Claw is insanely quick, but there are still others in the area, and you guys can see the winding, you can hear the churning, and are able to feel kind of a buzz from whatever is about to happen.
I have a wild idea, and I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
Perfect.
And by wild idea, I mean something kind of a little forward-facing for Nessa. What's going to happen is, and also just so I can do this fun, silly thing, she's going to very fluidly and very swiftly rip the pool tube off of her shoulders, and as she kind of like lifts it up, there's a slight toss, and it turns into this crystalline, bright pink bow. And it has an arrow with it, and she's going to draw the arrow back and fire at the clock tower, because maybe if she can like get some of the gears stuck, whatever's happening won't happen. At least, or it can at least be delayed, so that people can get away.
Awesome.
So I
That
think
feels like is that
that's
Thwart
probably
Peril?
You know what? Thwart peril kind of makes sense. Well, that's acting despite immediate physical danger. That's like you enduring something.
What do you recommend? I'm curious. It doesn't feel like a clash in this specific situation because you're not actually fighting. The other one I can think is protect
Is it
someone.
protect? Yeah, because that
I was
has
gonna say it's probably
redirect the
protect
attack.
someone. Yeah, it has protect someone energy, either that or like keep your wits about you. Either way, it's a persona role.
All right, let's do
Because
protect
keep your
someone.
wits about you is like acting despite imminent disappointment, betrayal, mental stress, or a great setback. So, but let's do protect someone. Person, item, or location. What is my persona? Oh, thank God I have this +1 forward, because my persona is a -1. So
Perfectly
I love having
balanced.
something to cancel it out.
Can I use something in conjunction with that?
Hell yeah.
Can I use self-confidence? I'm gonna try and touch your heart, spend a point from my power pool to upgrade the result. You know yourself well, and others can be swayed by your strong self-assurance.
I don't think you have a PowerPoint yet, though, do you?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I have no
Those are things you gain during the adventure. You don't actually start with those.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do like a we can do this together if you want to explain how you help. It's kind of like the help action in D&D.
Yeah. So we give a similar effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can choose which one, because there's like I've got your back for plus physical, you can do this for plus emotional, etc., etc.
So you can pick what you're good at if you decide that you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll forget that for now. Just whatever you got going on. I'm trying to read it.
That's fair. A lot of new text.
Yeah. There's a lot to take in. Yeah, so with that straight roll, it's going to be a 9 on protect someone. So I get to hold 1 of the options below. I'm going to put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally +1 forward against the attack.
Cool.
That seems like the most in line with what's happening right here.
I will let in the situation. It will help delay what you're seeing happen in the best case scenario. Is that
I'm so cool with that.
It is not going to prevent, but you're able to get it in there, and like as you're hearing the gears twisting in a way that you're like, this isn't good. This is not how things should be working. You are able to get an arrow right between a couple gears that it keeps it from churning either backwards or forwards. It's going in a direction it's not supposed to go, and you are able to get it in there to keep it from moving any further for the moment.
I would like to follow up with one of my tactician moves. I'm gonna go with 1 step ahead, because I could potentially give everyone +1 ongoing in the current scene. To like follow that up.
Okay.
So, and I think I'm gonna justify that by saying she had spent all the time explaining to everyone telepathically what the hell was going on, and I think she starts like giving off like orders, like clear the square, make sure nobody's inside the clock tower. Keep an eye out for fuzzy, weird little worms that are kind of slinky. Like, oh my god. Okay. Plus mental. What is plus mental? 0. But that's better than nothing. But it is. Wait, I have
have
plus one
+1
forward, but it's still 7 to 9. So, damn it.
What is this ability? Because I don't know it off the top of my head.
So this is called One Step Ahead.
Mhm.
You have thought about every outcome and always have a contingency roll plus mental on, depending on the number. If I had gotten a 12 plus, everyone would have gotten an ongoing +1 in the current scene. On a 10 plus, one ally and myself gain ongoing +1. On a 7 to 9, one ally gains an ongoing +1 in the current situation. I'm going to say, I don't know who wants to go next. Whoever wants to go next, I'll give +1 to.
All right, who's got a plan for helping the peoples?
Could try to scare the bystanders away. Like, that's the only move I've got that's helpful with this
That is one
particular scenario.
That is one way to go about it.
We can make whatever work. You just gotta figure out what it is you want to do.
I mean, I was looking at that. I had either that or I was thinking I could use my oh my gosh, my personal minion, which is my spear, turns into a sky rod, and then use that to help keep more stuff in the gears to keep it stuck. So
Up to you.
one of the two. I feel like unless
Living
someone
for
else
scare everyone away.
I mean, she would probably do that in a panic. So she'd be like, okay, get everyone away. So this very bubbly voice coming from this shrouded, mysterious, dark, spooky figure is just very ironic. And so she like kind of panics for a bit, goes, okay, I got it. And then she turns to face like a little crowd that I'm assuming is like somewhat gathering with.
Yeah, they're just like
taking photos. And then she goes, hey, want to see something really cool? And then she like puts back her hood and this horrifying visage is in front of them of just this like ghastly, deathly looking girl with very pale skin, glowing green eyes, and her like red fiery hair has turned into this light gray, misty, defying gravity sort of like flowing thing that's barely being contained by a ponytail. At some point, the ponytail probably snaps. And she just kind of like shrieks at them.
cool.
And that would be my doom move. Your grim nature is terrifying to others. You gain a +1 to convince someone through intimidation, but have a -1 to convince someone if you attempt to charm them.
All right, so
Attempting to get them to go anywhere but here.
So convince someone, charm, threaten, or chorus. Roll plus emotional. So you have a +1 from your thing, and then a +1 from Nessa's help. So
Is it emotional that I'm rolling?
according to convince someone, yes, unless you have a specific thing that says
Your
you
roll
roll
says it's
something
a
else.
different-
Oh,
Sad.
yes. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you said +1 plus emotional, right?
Plus +2 plus emotional.
2 plus emotional.
+2 plus emotional. Okay. 9.
9 total. They'll do it, but only if you can reassure them through action or protect them somehow. So, what's your way of reassuring or assisting them to get through
So
this kind of mental block of seeing you do what you're doing?
I think assist. She realizes maybe this was like the wrong move. This was not the most ideal situation. So she's gonna try and convince them by further scaring them more by like kind of like make herself bigger with her cloak, and then just go towards them.
Can I do we can do this together with
Yeah.
Banshee?
Cannot. I
Please do.
cannot.
I have an ability, do you trust me?
Oh my God.
That the people immediately like and trust my hero. I have the benefit of rolling 7 to 9 on a convince someone check if I roll a 6 or less. I want to convince them by just kind of standing behind Banshee and just like in the most himbo calm way, just we're just trying to save you, but we need you to leave.
I will say, I don't know how anyone doesn't know who you are when you have the exact same voice. Anyways.
They don't know.
It's magic. It's
I also
literally
forgot-
magic.
I forgot to mention it earlier. Sylvie's superhero name is Spook Lass, as in because someone looked at her once and was like, "That's one spooky lass," and it just kind of
It's just stuck.
just stuck.
What's Ken's superhero name? It was Purple Fang, right?
Purple Fang.
Purple Fang.
All right. So Purple Fang, you come up in a very calm, respectful manner. Just start telling people it's fine. Just go. Go ahead and roll me a convince someone. So roll 2d6 plus emotional. Plus no, that was just for one person. Okay.
So I rolled a 6, but I have a -1. But because I have Do You Trust Me, it's considered a 7 to 9.
All right. They'll do it, but only if you can reassure them through action or protect them somehow. So you watch as springs and pieces of the clock tower do start, no matter, even with this holding it back, pieces just start flying out, and not necessarily hitting a person yet, but or it's the destruction for it is slowly on its way. How do you reassure them through action or protect them to convince them even further that your friend is trying to help, you're trying to help, get the hell out of here?
I think at this point, Ken would go ahead and extend like his wings like fully out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, it's time to go. As he just kind of like gently starts like just walking forward to push them back.
All right, so as the Banshee just, and then we go that squash with the giant wings. You guys are nicely, threateningly having people move out of the way. I don't see why this doesn't work purely from the fact that you guys are not the most friendly looking creatures. So people just, yeah, okay, whatever. Especially strangers who have no idea. The locals probably kind of know you guys, like your characters, your hero forms. But the strangers who are here for the event are like, what the fuck is this? Like, they have no idea what is going on. There is just a couple of hell spawns running towards us right now. They are running away. So I think you got people who aren't locals to immediately leave, while the locals are kind of like, buddy, you do this all the time. I'm enjoying myself right now. It's the one day I get off this week. I'm staying here. So there's like 3 or 4 people who are just like being really stubborn because they know you guys. Sally, James, anything from you guys? Or should I say Rage Chimera and Jersey Devil? Joyzy.
So, Joyzy. So Rage Chimera does what she does best and rushes into situations without thinking, because no brain, only punch. And she's gonna try to run into the gears and just use her strength to hold them. If she can.
Alright.
I know!
This will be interesting. I'm down for this. James, did you have any ideas that either relate to this or something else that you wanted to do, or should I say?
I was just going to use my healing to anyone that's hurt, just heal them back up so they can move. And if anyone's frozen, just fly them out of the way.
Got you. There are a few. It's like there was one person, but now there's like 3 or 4 people, and you see more of these little strands are falling onto people. They are also freezing, but you can definitely are able to get them out of the way. For this, for holding onto the gears. Thwart peril again. Still, it just seems like this is peril, and you're trying to thwart it. For me, that seems about right.
Yes. All right. So I think I have something for thwart peril. That's my burning spirit. No, that's my keep my wits. God dang it. Well, thwart peril. What was thwart peril again?
2d6 plus physical.
Alright. Bet. That is a 10.
Oh, a 10. You do what you set out to do. So you are able to keep these gears into place. So that you watch as you grab on, you watch the arrow snap. So you grab on just before it was about to start moving again. And yeah, you're able to hold on to it. What does it look like? What do people see when they're watching you up there just grappling this thing?
I think it's like you watch as she like kind of claws her way up, like she's scaling it. It looks horrifying, frankly, because she looks horrifying. Like she doesn't quite have a human physique anymore, so she's like clambering up. And as the second she sees the arrow about to snap, she just punches up into the gear and latches her claws into it, and it's just like brute force. It's like Toph holding the library up,
Oh my
Hell
god.
yeah. We love that.
but it's a gear.
You are able to continue to hold it off. Trying to see if we can give James a roll, but I'm trying to see if any of these relate. New at jamming this, guys, so looking over the basic moves to just keep my mind refreshed on some of this stuff.
Well, I was using my Gentle Winds of Healing and my Shimmering Wings abilities, so
they're just kind of
both
like
of those.
passive things that just kind of work.
Shimmering Wings, I can fly, roll plus physical to carry someone, and then for Gentle Winds, it's roll plus persona.
Oh, hell yeah. If you are down for 2 rolls in a row, do it up.
And it's just 2d6, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it's a 9 on the healing, which means heal plus persona to 1 target. So someone gets 2 points of
2
healing.
points. All right.
And then if I'm carrying people out of the way, six. So no, I can't even carry anyone. Too weak.
Hey, but you get a point of experience.
Well, you said it was about to. So you get 1 point of experience. When you get to 6 points of experience, we're hoping nobody gets there, kind of, because that's a lot of. But hey, who knows? At the very least, you get to level up, which means you pick a new ability to add to your repertoire.
Okay.
The formula that they have for normal humans is that basically anything you do is about 10 times stronger as a hero. So you're like, we'll say your 2 healing is basically almost like 20 healing. So you're spreading that across people as they are hurt or getting harmed and dropping. So you are doing a very good job at healing. The moving happens, but it's not as quick as you'd probably like it to be. But at the same time, Azure Claw is also clearing out everybody below deck right beneath the clock tower. And I do want to at least give Azure Claw a chance to react now that all of his friends have been here helping out and doing everything.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want help with moving people? For like, because I can use we can do this together as well.
Yeah, I mean,
If you want
whatever,
to try to
we're
bump
just
that
getting
up.
people out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do this together. Start abusing the heck out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because that's how we get some PowerPoints.
That's how we
for
get
everyone.
PowerPoints.
It is.
Yeah.
What you guys want.
Yes, I've been
Tell you what I
reading.
want,
I've been
but I
reading
really,
how
really
the game
want.
works.
Yes.
Aha.
Fucking love
It's
PowerPoints.
important to do that. Yeah. So I'll probably do supernatural intervention. So like, even though, and I guess probably should explain this. Even though Azure Claw is like a big kind of like burly guy, and he has claws, and he's like a tiger man, but really he's a cat boy. He's a big cat boy. He is magical. He has the classification of the witch, so he does use magic for all of the stuff that he does. And so he has abilities that are based around kind of bending reality a little bit. You could think of it as him being like supernaturally lucky. So I will use mystical to try to help out.
Heck yeah.
You know,
Are you
see what
guys,
happens.
are you competitive or cooperative with our bud here?
I've cooperative.
Heck yeah.
I have cooperative as well.
Hell yeah.
All right, so that would be plus mystical. Fuck me. Let's see. That's a 4.
Oh
That
no, your relationship breaks.
Yeah, that was Snake Eyes. That's no good.
Oh my god.
All
Well,
right.
let's go put that as broken.
Hey,
and-
Here-
friendly reminder, we have those advantages. You can absolutely use one of
You
those. We
can,
have so
if
many
you
of them.
decide you
Please
want
use
to.
one of the advantages if you feel like it.
It's up to you.
But I don't. Wait. How does using the advantage work?
It's like rolling advantage in D&D.
But I
Oh,
believe
okay.
for the system,
yeah.
you roll 1d6 and replace one of the dice.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I can
So I
do
hope
that.
you roll a 6 and maybe get
Let's
a
hope I
7.
roll a 6. Well, also because I have +1 forward from Be Vigilant that I need to add as well. So that would have been a 5, not a 4. But
Okay,
Still, but
all right, yes, I will use an advantage,
cool.
Vinny.
Good.
I'm using it.
All right,
So screw your normal players.
please.
That's a fucking 6.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
What does that bring you up to as a total?
So that would be 7 on the die +2 from my mysticals and 9 +1 from being vigilant. So that's a 10.
Okay,
Nice.
that's way better.
nice.
That's great.
That's so much better.
So as cooperative, your target gains +1 to their next roll. So we can just say that is retroactively added to the helping roll, which should bring you up to a point that you can assist people flying.
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought you had a 6 on it.
Yeah, but that was not including my -1 from physical.
Oh no.
Who is good with physical here? Now I'm just kind of curious at this point. Okay, cool. We do have people.
Beefiest.
Listen, I described James who he is.
He's an old man.
It is
he's a
not, he is
scrawny
not a
old
physical
man.
character.
Cool. So, well, you have a +1 on your next roll then, and then you also add +1 to your power pool. So you do have a 1 in your power pool now, James.
Okay.
So even though you're not able to move him as quickly, Azure Claw, how are you helping out our good Jersey Devil buddy?
Just yelling at people. Oh.
No, I think like he looks kind of intimidating, but he is a big softy. So he's like he slows down for a second. He's like, "Hey, come on, we gotta get out of here. Like, this is my friend. He's not dangerous. He's not scary. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be fine." And then just like zips off again. It's like, "You got this. You got this, Jersey Devil."
Let's go. Come on. I told you, get out of here.
Manja. Anyways, yeah, cool. You guys begin clearing out people almost just in time. Rage Chimera, if you want to keep holding on to it, you feel this thing slowly churning forward. If you would like, you can make another roll, or which will be very dangerous to be here if it fails, or you can get away, or something else. And the rest of you can also potentially help out too as you watch Rage Chimera just holding on to this gear. But I want to just give them a chance.
All right. Does it look like we've got people away? Like,
Yeah.
does it look...
Between everyone who's doing their various methods, everyone has moved away.
All right. So I think she feels that. She's like, this is a losing battle. I cannot win this battle against this clock, and that sucks. I'm going to be mad at clocks for a week. She kind of turns to everybody and in this devilish, horrible voice just goes, "It's gonna blow!" And then she leaves.
Hell yeah. As you leap away, and without the arrow there, does anyone have any other final actions they want to do in this situation before things pop off? I see a hand raised from Sylvie.
I have Threads of Fate to be able to see all the mystical connections of the world. I would like to use that to try and get a little bit better of an idea of what's going on or where it's stemming from or stemming multiple areas from.
Sure. We'll do this similar to kind of like having an ethereal sight or astral sight, where is there a role related to this, or do you just like get the info?
It does not say anything.
Right.
Yeah, there's no role. It doesn't look like.
All
Just
right.
double check.
Just for the funsies of it, because rolling dice is fun. Can you do me a glimpse the truth roll and roll with advantage? So roll 3d6 and take your higher of the two.
3d6?
Yep. And then you just take the two highest.
Okay. So, okay, you can see all the mystical connections of the world. Gain a +1 to we can do it rolls when using mystical. Do I still have a +1?
Going
From-
forward?
From
that
oh
work?
no, I don't actually. Never mind. Yeah, 5. Not great.
With taking the two highest. You got a 5.
Yeah, that's taking the 2 highest. That's 5.
Oh yeah, if it's 5, even the +1 ongoing for the scene
Yeah.
wouldn't have helped. Never mind.
Mm.
All right, and let's see what is here for if you roll lower.
Look with your special eyes. I see nothing.
You uncover a dark truth about yourself, the situation, or another character.
Oh.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me at that tone of voice. Do not perceive me.
Listen, it can't be a himbo. There is no dark side.
The himbos are all just
That's super
vibes.
fair. The himbos are just like, we are immune.
They are cinnamon buns that bake cinnamon buns.
Truly.
I love
Cinnamon bun square.
that. Sylvie, do you have a dark truth about yourself? If you do not, I'm going to give you a dark truth about the situation.
She does, but it's not one that I don't think she or her team would know of already.
Gotcha. Then I will explain one of the situation as you are looking with your ethereal sight. Will get you this little bit of information is that you can see the frame of the clock itself is alight with magic or some type of mystical energy. You can see that the actual circle itself is alight, and in the center, the very center point where all 3 of the hands, the second, minute, and hour hands are connecting, there is a rip that is slowly happening to the bit of reality there. And as that happens, those rips turn into these strands that are slowly falling down and moving and going places. And a dark truth that you find out about this is that when people are covered by these things and you slowly watch as the rip gets bigger and now the slinky-sized furry pieces begin falling out, these bigger threads, these tufts of time begin coming out. Whenever they touch and grapple onto a person, they begin seeing their entire life and are frozen in that vision of just replaying their life.
How does Nessa's connection work? Yeah, telepathy work. Are we all able to talk to each other, or are you only allowed to talk to us through it?
Lock on.
Oh,
Question?
you're muted. Yeah.
No, it's Discord being biphobic. It says I can link up. It says you can link up your team's minds, allowing you to quickly communicate. So I interpret that as we can all technically mentally talk to each other.
Yep. I'll
Okay.
allow it. That works perfectly.
So she'll kind of glance at that rip in time and then go, "The worms are time." I'm sorry. I should. Okay, the worms are from the rip in time. And if they touch people, it freezes them. Your
mic's great.
I'm gonna fucking fight Discord. I'm gonna fight Discord. I'm gonna pull up to Discord's house, and I'm gonna knock on the door. And I'm gonna say, "Hey, buddy. Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? Here's a pie to the face, motherfucker."
Don't waste pie.
Yeah, we skipped the fight and now we're wasting pie.
Listen, we all work in a bakery. No. What did she just say? What did Lock-On just say? She just went, there's a rip in time? What are you talking about? Where is it?
Right there at the clock tower. You said it was like in between all the...
Yeah, I probably should have looked up a clock diagram and figure out what the actual center point is on a clock. But yeah, the central portion of the clock. Where all the arms begin churning.
To describe that. Yeah.
Boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Man, it would be really nice to have the frost powers from the mystical water connection right now. That'd be so nice, but we don't have it.
Do some more bad rolls. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Also, the rip is getting bigger.
Yep.
How do you stop a rip in time?
And now you see as these like slinky threads are like falling out and begin just moving around and grabbing onto people. And with your mystical vision, I'm going to say you watch as one hand comes out. Like you're seeing through a portal and you're seeing the back of the portal and you just watch this hand materialize. That's the size of any of you guys. And just slowly another comes out.
Does that hand look familiar?
Something's coming through.
Yes, it looks like the ones from your vision.
Yeah, you literally just hear Nessa in like the telepathy group chat going, no, 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 no.
Can Saul run up into that room? Like, is this inside the clock tower?
Yes.
Or is this coming out of the face of it?
Internally, not externally.
Okay. And yeah, can he run up in and just like, what does he see running up in there?
You are seeing furry slinkies falling out of this hole in reality, and they start clambering towards you now that you're here and the closest person.
Would you consider this rift in space-time a door or a window?
A hole? I don't know how specific we're getting with this. I would say a hole, if I was going to describe it.
Could you consider it a door or a window?
Give me more information on your end, my guy. You can convince me, but you got to give me the details.
I would say a window is an opening through which there is a divide between spaces.
What are you trying to do? My guy.
I have an ability that lets me open or shut a door or window magically. It is called I Wish. You have an odd sense of control over the real world and can alter reality in small ways.
Small. I think the operative word there is small.
I'm trying to close this.
Close the door.
I'm gonna say no on that one, bud. Sorry.
All right.
No, sad day.
All right. I'll use a different ability.
Sure. You auto succeed thwart peril, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you are probably using your speed to dodge these slinky things as they start just tumbling and filling the room going towards you.
I think he like runs up the wall and just like digs his claws into it and it's just like perched up, like half hanging sideways. Kind of like up in the room looking down at this. All right, I'm gonna use my hex ability then.
All right.
Because I was trying to use the fun luck one, but I'm gonna use bad luck for other people instead.
Do it up.
So so let me roll for that. Which is again mystical, because I've structured Saul in a way that I can use magic to do everything.
As you should.
So imagine if you had succeeded in closing the door. It's like, well, that was it.
It just claws in.
Ta-da!
I don't know. Well, I mean, there's stuff that's already got out, but so that's a 9 on the die, plus 2 mystical. That's 11 plus 1 forward from what was it? That other move that I used. Be vigilant. That's a 12.
Be vigilant. Yep. So 12.
Yeah.
What is the ability? I don't have it in front of me. So I'm trusting you guys to just tell me your abilities.
Hex is roll mystical on a 12 plus, hold 3 on a 10 plus, hold 2, blah blah.
Cool.
The holds can be spent on your hex causes 1 damage to a target. The target can't flee the battle or area. The target is slowed somehow. The target must answer 1 question truthfully. The target is forced to drop an item it's holding or inflict a negative condition on the target. Can I slow like this process? Like, can I slow the things falling out of it?
I'm fine with slowing that down. That I think is feasible. In this
I can't close it, so I can make it so it's like it's not happening as fast.
Yeah, I think that's fair and doable. As you like, what was these slinky sized things now go back down to small threats. It's much better.
Yeah.
But you get 2 more, I think, right?
Oh yeah, I get to do more than one of these. I was just like, I'll get one thing. So that's slowing them down. Can I also can't flee the area? So can I like trap them in the room? So I guess like the room would fill up. I would have to get out the room, but they wouldn't keep pouring out.
That's super fair. I do like that. And the third one, and then I'm going to have you describe what this looks like after we figure out the 3 pieces to what this power is.
Yeah. I'm conflicting side. Not like I don't necessarily want to hurt them because I don't know what they are.
I will say, as you guys have been doing this for a while now, whenever you defeat these things, it turns out to be an individual of some sort that came here for like a thing or a purpose that it needed to complete, but like it's traveling to this dimension screwed it up along the way, which is why it comes out in a monstrous form.
So it's fine to do a hit.
But that's up to you. Well, I mean, you can, and you'd hurt the monstrous form and not the individual really right now. But like, normally these people aren't evil. Like, they get the Cupid's bow. It was Aphrodite, like literally a goddess, came and like handed the power of Cupid over afterwards after having a corrupted form that was just like arrows and things. So like, it's not always a bad person, not always a good person, but it's just an individual normally.
All right, then,
Sometimes we redeem the baddies, sometimes we defeat the baddies.
Mhm.
I was looking at inflict a negative condition, potentially, but, like, the other things I did basically already took care of stunned and restrained.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do 1 damage.
All right.
To all of them.
It does have a health pool, so that is a good idea. Are you doing it to the minions, the small things, or are you trying to do it to the hands that are reaching through?
Oh, I'll do it to the hand. Could I potentially destroy the small things?
Yeah, if you do 1 damage, you're going to like some of these things. They're just going to probably be destroyed.
Then yeah, I'll do that.
All right. What does this power look like now? Are you using like your lightning powers, your mystical luck, or something else to make these 3 things in combination and tandem happen in this room?
I think that like he uses Saul is a kind of a nerd. He watches kung fu movies and anime and reads like cultivation novels and stuff. And so his magic has kind of been used as stuff like that. So he uses it in the way of like ki blasts and like pressure waves that he can fire out instead of just like normal big magic beams. So I think as he like hops around the room fast, he kind of pressures everything in with magic, creating something like a force cage around them.
Thank you.
And like puts lightning through it.
Awesome.
So that kind of shocks and stuns everything in as it locks the room down.
Awesome.
As he pops back out through the hole. Is the hole in the wall from the exploding clock face? I guess
hasn't happened yet. It's about to happen.
Oh, then he runs out the room.
Cool.
Thing.
I heard thing.
Okay, I have a thing, if I may.
Okay.
Fucking Discord. Like Discord.
Just say pardon me at the beginning of every sentence, and then the rest should come through.
That's very pretentious, but yeah, I guess so. So us outside of the clock tower, we can see the hands emerging from the portal, or no?
Yeah, you're seeing the back of it.
Yes.
So
we're seeing the back of it.
You're seeing. It's hard to describe, but you're looking through the back of a portal. So you're seeing like a POV kind of, but real far away of the hands.
Oh, weird. Out. Okay. So with the knowledge of like the worms being something that affects time, they are threads of time, is what Spook said, right?
Yep.
Seeing this portal, I'm trying to figure out like how these little threads of time are connected to these big, scary hands. I would like to glimpse the truth.
Sure.
If at all possible. Actually, I want to double check if I have anything to add to this. Probably not. Yeah, no, it's okay. It is just a regular. My plus mental is a 0, so let's see what happens.
Do people on the right have ideas for things? Just raise your hand if you do, because then I want to make sure I come to you guys if you got things you want to do in this moment.
3. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Take an experience point.
Yeah, I do take an experience point. On a 6 or lower, you uncover a dark truth about yourself, the situation, or another character. I would love to uncover a dark truth about the situation. I don't really have a dark truth to offer about myself, to be perfectly frank. I didn't think about that.
Who else is near you? So who is near Lock on right now?
Locke typically hangs back. She literally has a bow and arrow so that she can fire away at things at a distance. We've got the 3 beefy boys and lady up in front. We've got, Jersey Devil, like, taking care of people here and there, which is hysterical, by the way. And then we've got
taking care of business.
Yeah, taking care of
Fucking
business
A.
every day.
He's the boss.
Yeah. And then we've got Spook Lass, like, doing God knows what, scaring the shit out of people.
Actually, that was the last 2 things. Was you guys at the bottom were scaring people. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know if anybody's actually around me right now.
If anyone, it would be James, because he's the
Okay.
healer. He's kind of sticking back.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say Jersey Devil is hanging back.
As you guys are hanging back, a lot of the threads and then the slinkies got caught into that room. Like, it's filling up. You're watching it actively fill up in the moment, kind of like just a fish bowl. While that is going on, the other pieces are spreading all around town. And at one moment, one of the slinkies twirls up and wraps around both of your arms. So you each have an arm wrapped together.
Oh.
And
Oh.
look, what's up?
Nothing, I'm good.
Can we thwart peril?
Sure.
It encapsulates dodging. Can we dodge this shit?
This was going to be related to your price to pay. So I'll let you do it afterwards. But for the
Okay.
moment, I'm going to say 1. You're going to get a dark secret in a moment. Both of you guys are.
No.
And then
Oh,
2,
no.
we're going to go to break for now. And then we'll come back and deal with that in a moment.
Oh my god, we've already been going for like 2 hours. Holy shit.
All right.
Oh shit.
We'll be
Wow.
back in a few minutes, guys. And we'll be continuing this with a little bit of a dark secret. All right.
Oh.
See you in a few.
Bad.
You watch as the dark-skinned woman begins reaching for her in the armor and just like trying to grab onto the side of her arm.
Immediately distracted, she turns to her, she grabs her hand, she goes, I'm okay. It's fine. We're okay, I think. Just
No one's
relax.
gonna hurt you unless you start slinging lightning spells, and also are a part of Husk and want to destroy the world for whatever reason.
What the fuck is Husk?
Visual, very hard-set expressions, curly, slightly auburn, reddish hair. Emanates an aura or an energy around her that is frightening.
I hate this so much.
Carries a shield with a face on it.
No! 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 Vinny, no! Vinny, no!
So
I'm so sorry that you guys have no clue, but also I'm so glad you have no clue because you would also be equally as angry.
I'm so happy that the wedding happened, so I don't have to deal with this smell in person. This smell in person.
Oh, I would have smacked you. I would have been like, "Hey, bud, come here, give me a hug." Smack upside the head. How fucking dare you?
I now live like.
I mean, not to be a person of a singular track mind, but you know, that's the way the kid wants to go, is just down that one tunnel instead of laying out into these other ones. We can always check them on our way back, but
Did you just make a one-track mind joke?
yes, I did. Fuck off.
God. Awful.
Fen
Listen.
meows in annoyance.
I give him scritches.
George, just happy to be alive.
Yeah,
George is
just hanging out, just
George
trotting
is
along.
Doing his
Goes up
best.
to Sid, hope it's the pets.
Oh, yeah.
Get
yeah.
it, Sid.
Sid just picks him up and is like, oh, why would you come in?
Oh my god.
Walking through the entranceway is maybe. Solara, Ara, Chiv, and you see a young boy with familiar hair and eyes.
Motherfucker.
With an adult, old gentleman with short gray hair. There we go. The whole gang's back together. And that's where we're gonna end this session.
Oh my god.
Smartass.
That doesn't count
I know
as a
it, but
solution.
like here, this is
Got multiple.
It doesn't.
this is such a problem tonight. Fuck. Anyway, the problem is it's because Ken keeps talking.
I guess I'll just shut the fuck up.
I guess I'll
Just do like your
fuck
bliss
up.
voice for Kid instead or something. Just use a different
No,
voice.
it's fine. It's fine.
Which bliss voice is the question?
Is one of them Southern?
No.
Trees, and it's like, those could make some cool toys.
Yeah.
Some good wood.
Yeah,
Some nice
like that
bark.
would make a good grave. Like I think the justification is that would make a good grave where I would not bury somebody there.
Don't bury somebody to that dirt. Don't do it.
We're not burying anyone here. We can't kill anyone because we can't bury them
I
here.
want to know what justifies as bad dirt now.
Like if it's
You
not gonna
should
be like
know.
good quality, if
In
it's not
nature.
gonna yeah, you would know
No,
too.
not as Lyra.
I still think we should put in the fine print that, may induce death later on if you don't come up with the good catchphrase and transform properly.
All right, I'm coming around on this.
That's what I heard from our first meeting. So,
Must be
I'm
okay
all
with
for
hair
it.
color changes and sometimes skin tone color changes and sometimes physical species changes as well. We don't know. What if you pull the dog card and someone turns into a dog?
Okay, I'm back in.
That's gonna be confusing.
Through observation, we've learned how important it is to keep it to oneself.
All right, Lyra, town girl.
What's Bells doing? Yeah, I want to know how Bells is feeling right now.
He's giving shade! Stop shit, get shit!
2. Once Bells has taken a few moments to process, they are
Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street, and Love explained it as if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen.
We would have gone and done the fucking mudslide. That would have happened at some point.
It's Sid's favorite place. It is Sid's favorite place. Sid loves dirt.
It loves dirt.
It is a great paladin that
I've
swings
got a
a
dog,
shovel
Ariel.
axe. Of course, Sid loves dirt.
It was just the way you said it.
It was the way you said it.
Fantastic. We're not
Sid loves
arguing the
dirt.
fact, it's just the...
It was the aggressive affection for dirt.
Is the I do have a question. Is the love for dirt greater than the love they have for Yvette? Because I don't think we've ever heard them talk about Yvette like that. It's like, I love you, and then I love dirt.
It's different. Dirt is like part of their
That's what they all
personality.
say.
Dirt is to Sid as necromancy is to Yvette.
Yes.
Like, probably equal amounts of love, but it's...
If you do that, Liza's gonna stand up and kind of offer her hand to help him up. Then your mother's gonna have to kill you, and she doesn't want to do that.
I'm gonna have to see her, huh?
She's up there. She looks up towards the tower.
You can see that Irona is actually like one finger up, still just like cantrip shooting a few things that are in the distance. It's like check it out, like a couple small things here and there. This guy just looks up and said, "How do I talk to her without getting shot, princess?"
If you have me with you, she'll hopefully be calm. Enough. I told her that we thought you might be under a spell that would have messed with your memory. What?
19.
Yeah, 19.
All right. Another fireball on her face. She cries out in aggravation. Another orb of blackened blood and darkness begins to form together and form back up. Ouchies. Anything for... I mean, there's people. There's not like a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Like, again, he's literally like that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's like it's
Mel, the face. I want that face as our new group chat.
Please no.
It's happening.
How's your day going?
Good. We have band things going on. I saw my owner, did my dance, liked my dance. He liked my day, and he gave me belly scratches. And now I'm here, hang out with you. And are your day going good? Good day, right? Good day.
Yeah, it's not a bad day, so far. She like gives you a pat on the head a couple of times.
Leans like right onto you. Good day.
Yeah. Oh, it warms her heart. It'll be fine.
So much
right?
better
Like,
than dog jail.
adding somebody in.
You're gonna make me
Colored
cry.
drains to her face.
It just took me so long to register what you just said. Goodness gracious.
It's funny as shit.
It hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
First of all, the Ivory Queen has some ways to get us out of the city. From here, that might be easier to get to than the greenhouse, especially considering how far the greenhouse is from us, and the fact that we neglected to remember that the city sells watermelon that lets you see through invisibility and disguise self. So...
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's magical fruit. It's kind of normal now, so I kind of forgot to think about it. But there's magic fruit that makes you do all wonder of things. It's really, really fun. But one of those is see basically into the ethereal plane.
I can't fucking wait to leave this place. What the fuck is this fucking hellscape?
It's so
where you've got
interesting.
weird ass magic fruit.
Neither of us belong here. That's it.
It's fine. It was... I belong here. Look, I had a long Sunday. Is it... We don't belong in the Undercity. We don't belong on Wishfall. We don't belong in Vagari. Can you be more specific, please? There's just like a lot of different places.
She will spend 3 first level spell slots to answer. I'm gonna kill you.
At least
Vinny.
you're about to get your rest.
Yeah, no, thank fuck. We kind of zombie walking a little. Like real slow walk. Yeah.
Nixie?
Yeah, Valley,
Yes.
you turn and see Nixie in this glorious, bubbly appearance, standing in front of you, maybe looking a little stiff and awkward and unsure of what to do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nixie.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, looking very confused.
So when were you gonna tell me that the rest of you were this thing that I've been running from for the last, like, 2 years?
Okay, 1, to be fair, we didn't know you were running. 2, we haven't told anyone, not even my siblings know. And 3, are you okay?
I'm blue now!
And as that, we hear another horrible shriek from the quad.
We will
Bubba
deal
goes,
with the blue thing later. It'll go away.
Yeah. Bubba says, we can talk about this later. We really need to get going.
Sid gets a sending message and just hears in their minds.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Here's, Mama, I haven't failed you yet. Much improved. Where the hell have you been? Miss you. Fuck 'em up.
I will say you don't get that message.
What?
What?
You're not playing that character right now. You don't know what's going on. Sid, you have a nice daydream about a message from Maybe.
Oof.
Vinny. Ow.
Vincent, the fuck?
Because I'm not sure I understand.
Is she acting good because she thinks acting good is going to keep everybody together, or is she just acting good because she got it all out of her system the night before?
She got most of it out of her system, so she's mellowed out.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Mellowette? Like just a little mellow? A small mellow?
She's
mellowed. Yeah, I can see that coming.
I'm hanging up now.
Hi, Mel.
Trees, and it's like, those could make some cool toys. It's some good wood.
Yeah,
some nice
like
bark.
that would make a good grave. Like I think the justification is that would make a good grave. I would not bury somebody there.
Don't bury somebody to that dirt. Don't do it.
We're not burying anyone here. We can't kill anyone because we can't bury them.
I want to know what justifies as bad dirt now.
Like if it's not going to be like
know.
good quality, if
In
it's not going
nature.
to, yeah, you would know
No,
too.
not as Lyra.
Wait.
I mean, there's people. There's not like a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Like again, he's literally like that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's like it's
Mel, the face. I want that face as our new group chat.
Please no.
It's happening.
You okay? You watch as the dark-skinned woman begins reaching for her in the armor and just like trying to grab onto the side of her arm.
Immediately distracted, she turns to her, she grabs her hand, she goes, I'm okay, it's fine, we're okay, I think. Just
No one's gonna hurt you unless you start slinging lightning spells. And also are a part of Husk and want to destroy the world for whatever reason.
What the fuck is Husk?
First of all, the Ivory Queen has some ways to get us out of the city from here that might be easier to get to than the greenhouse, especially considering how far the greenhouse is from us and the fact that we neglected to remember that the city sells watermelon that lets you see through invisibility and disguise self. So...
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's magical fruit. It's kind of normal now, so I kind of forgot to think about it. But there's magic fruit that makes you do all wonder of things. It's really, really fun. But one of those is see basically into the ethereal plane.
I can't fucking wait to leave this place. What the fuck is this fucking hellscape?
But it's so
Where you stop
interesting.
weird ass magic fruit.
How's your day going?
Good. We have band things going on. I saw my owner, did my dance, liked my dance. He liked my day, and he gave me belly scratches. And now I'm here, hang out with you. And are your day going good? Good day, right? Good day.
Yeah, it's not a bad day, so far. She like gives you a pat on the head a couple of times.
Leans like right onto you. Good day.
Yeah. Oh, it warms her heart. She's just like, it'll be fine.
So much
right?
better
Like,
than dog jail.
adding somebody into the group. Ugh.
You're gonna make me
Color
cry.
drains to her face.
It just took me so long to register what you just said.
Goodness gracious.
Joe,
you're good.
It's funny as shit.
It hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
Walking through the entrance.
Now you can wave.
Keep waving. I'm just gonna keep
Or
going.
just keep waving. That also works.
Keep it going.
Everyone waves.
We'll just
Hi, y'all.
wave.
We are back, and just to do a couple quick things. Why is that not updating? That is weird. For some reason the thing on the screen is not updating. But from
I need a second.
what we saw, well, first shout out to Zuzu Creates for the artwork this evening. All of our wonderful casts have these cute little pieces of art related to their character. I really do love the bottom right and top left himbos that like come so much out of their frames. It's so good. And we now
Update. It's, I sneakily increased the goal.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Are you putting it your
'Cause
character,
we hit it.
buddy?
What?
Yeah. No, I was just watching Joe on both screens pointing. Yeah, that awesome artwork. Just want to shout out our artist for it, Zuzu. We will probably drop another link in a few moments.
This side.
Like that. And we also hit our goal of 500, which we don't have any actual higher goals, but yay, 500. Thank you guys so much for everyone who's helped us get this far, all of the different casts and one-shot peeps that have come out to help us do this, and also probably to roll and have a good time, I hope. But that means we are now going to have to actively plan a 12-hour one-shot, which is great, and I'm excited for that.
Oh, no.
I can sleep beforehand.
Yeah.
And we raised the goal up to 600. We will... I think
we'll
the
add
next...
some incentives later.
Well, yeah, we'll add some stuff. We don't got it right now, but we'll add it later.
We'll add some extra things.
But thank you guys. We super appreciate it. We are going to pop back into the session. And before we get thwart peril rolls or anything else going on, and this monster does finally escape from this temporal rip, James and Nessa, you guys have your arms wrapped up in the slinky in this moment where a dark secret, is that the word for it? Dark truth.
Dark truth
is revealed to you guys. And maybe it's just a brief one for a brief moment, but as these slinkies just jump up and are latching onto people, one wraps around your arms at the same time, one arm from each of you in this brief moment. Whose dark truth do we see?
Go ahead.
I think we see Nessa's dark truth, which is that she's actually terrified of bodies of water, ironically enough. There was an incident when she was very young. Some very mean little boys pulled a prank on her at a lake, and I'm not going to get super descriptive about it, because I know some people actually do have phobias about bodies of water, but needless to say, it has left her scarred. So the irony of having water powers and being tied to the Loch Ness Monster is not lost on her.
That is very sad.
Yeah.
But
hey, in my defense, y'all said make it sad.
Heck yeah.
In my defense.
You did a great job. We're
Thanks.
very proud of you.
I tried.
All right. And because you probably don't want to be stuck in this thing for a very long time, I would like both of you guys to thwart peril for me.
Great.
Our muscliest of muscles.
Yeah.
Do I have, what is, I swear to God. Oh, okay, my physical's 0, thank God, because I thought I was going to have a -1. That's an 8.
I rolled a 5. And it's -1, so it's a 4.
Jesus.
All right. So you
you do get an experience point.
Thank you. You gain an experience point, James. And Nessa, let's see. Worst outcome, hard choice, or an extra price to pay. I would like you to decide to detach from this. It's going to be painful. Would you rather yourself or James get hurt? That is going to be your choice.
taking the hurt. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
Nah, it's me.
All right. As this memory, how does this seeing this memory affect you to the point that you have to rip out of this thing?
I think it's the flashback of specifically what happened. Again, I do not want to get super descriptive because I
100%.
don't want to trigger anybody. And I'm having trouble remembering some of the lines and veils off the top of my head. But I think there's a memory of like being caught in something, either a net or a rope. And so being wrapped up like this is reminding her of that, and so she rips out of it.
Okay. It is a painful moment, this separation. But you make this.
Hold on.
Mm.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to use protect someone to stop Nessa from taking that damage.
All right.
I'm intrigued.
I'm going to see that they're going to try and rip their arm out here, and seeing the pain they're going through as all these visions are flashing back to them. And I'm going to just grab hold of their forearm and just rip my arm out.
All right. Roll.
So I'm going to do the protect someone.
Heck yeah.
So that's 9. So it's a 9. I get to choose one option. I'm going to redirect the attack towards myself.
All right. We love self-sacrificers here. All right. James, as this happens, as this weird temporal rift appears in your brain and you're seeing through somebody else's eyes to such an extreme, you do this trying to protect Nessa. You take 3 damage.
3?
Yeah.
A third of my health.
Ah!
Yeah. Any of you guys who are watching, watch as this moment happens and this slinky just breaks, and there's almost like little fireworks for a moment as like whatever energy the thing is made out of kind of just combusts. James, you walk away with some pain in your arm. As that happens, Azure Claw, you got out of the room, right? You blocked it off and then you left?
Yeah.
Cool. What the fuck is happening outside? As you leave, anyone who is watching that watches the 2 arms that are slowly ripping it have to make way for a larger, even thicker one that just punches right through. And you watch as this little rift fissures, collapses, and similar to the slinky, explodes in almost like fireworks. And the top half of this clock tower just schisms to the side, shutters down, falls. But y'all got everybody away. So currently, even though the building's there is now just this cage that was made by Azure Claw that is holding most of whatever this is contained up there. You guys do watch as a big as a house form just launches with 3 arms away from you guys and begins starting to move throughout the city, though. And you were hearing when it lands, the impact of basically a boulder every time that it lands on something. And you know it's going to get very expensive for the roads here very soon with the way this thing is hopping around. Which is not necessarily your concern, but just a fact that I wanted to share. As taxpayers, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Tom pays taxes. That's a whole other thing I should figure out at some point. Anyways, what would you guys like to do? Taxes are. Oh,
I'm sorry. Does Tom even know what taxes are?
I think whoever took that 3 damage, Ken would go over to them and just like give them a hug. Using my ability Healing Hug, that I can heal 2 damage without having to roll anything simply by touching the target.
Oh my god. I love that. 10 out of 10.
Ken is perfect.
How does this
Hug
interaction
that Jersey
happen?
Devil.
Ken
Just
quite literally gives the best hugs.
Unwanted hug.
All right.
That does feel It's so incredibly
okay.
accurate.
It's okay, James. It's okay. As I'm just like giving him a hug.
We're in costumes. You're not supposed to use my real name. Come on.
Sorry, Jersey Devil. Sorry.
All right. It's okay. I'm all right.
I do love that. You're not supposed to use my real name.
And just now canonically accidentally calling everyone just by their real name.
How have we not been found out?
Yeah,
at this
I
point?
wonder why Helsing and Grim are onto you guys.
It's Ken's fault. It's okay.
We're so good at being secretive. I don't get it. Just montage of all the time.
Every time.
But obvious.
Every time Ken is just like, oh wait, sorry, that's your real name.
We all wear our charms on our necks, like out all the time.
Accidentally leave our name tags on for the bakery.
All right, as there's at least a brief moment of calm here, Ken, as you hug James, as Purple Fang hugs the Jersey Devil and gives some healing. What about the rest of you guys as you watch this happening? Sylvie.
When I see that it starts to kind of like go through the city, I would like to throw my spear up in the air and use personal minion. So it will transform into a sky rod, and I will have it follow the creature through the city, just so we can have eyes on it. I can use so personal minion, you can summon forth a personal minion. You choose what the minion looks like. I specifically want to use the assistant. When you send your minion to perform a simple task, roll a plus mystic. On a plus 10, your minion completes the task successfully, and you can watch through its eyes and hear through its ears.
Cool. Go ahead and roll. That's awesome. And you're mentally connected to the others, so realistically, you all just have like a perfect GPS track of this thing now. If this works.
I rolled a 9, which is on a 7 to 9. The GM will tell you a piece. Oh, wait, sorry. On a 7 to 9, your familiar can complete the task, but the GM will offer you a hard choice, an extra cost, or the familiar attracts attention and danger.
There's a very fun thing about Skyrods I was researching, that they apparently are never seen by eyes and only found on cameras. So that's feels a little hard to do danger with. I'm going to give you a hard choice, but I'm going to save it for a bit. We'll bring that back up.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, you are able to throw your
ominous at all.
You throw your Skyrod up there and it begins tracking it, and you guys can virtually see it.
Would also like to say, for the little flavor text, as she kind of like throws her spear up in the air, it's another little like glittery, fun little thing. She goes, "Skyfish friend," and then throws it up, and then that's when it transforms. Because that's a gift from the Skyrod, and is how she summons it to that companion form.
That's so precious. I have a question.
What's up?
Which way is this monster heading?
Towards Main Street, where like a lot of the businesses are.
Main Street. Okay. And all we got out of it is that it kind of looks like a Yeti, and it's got 3 arms.
Correct. Currently.
Okay.
Do you have a thought, or are you thinking?
I'm thinking. Let Percy do a thing.
Cool. What's that? Red Chimera. Rage Chimera.
Oh my god. Rage Chimera. Yeah, I ain't red, I'm green. For you, Azure Claw, does your speedy boy ability hypothetically what I'm imagining is like I latch onto you and then you run so we can both go fast and catch up to the Yeti.
It doesn't specify. I would be fine with that. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a call for Vinny, because it doesn't specify either way.
If you decide you want to do this, I am down for it. I'm gonna make you roll dice purely because like you guys
Yeah.
bonuses and stuff for
Yeah.
it. And that's gonna be it. But for the most part, I'll say it is definitely a possibility. But the goddamn whiplash is gonna hurt a bit. So basically, I'm gonna have you roll, and if you roll under, you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Which
Let's.
I don't have the thing open. What is damage called in this system? My brain.
Harm.
Just harm. Okay.
Harm,
cool.
I believe.
Cool.
At least that's
Damage
what it is.
damage also works.
I had a feeling it usually does.
Yeah.
Cool.
Harm is more like monster of the
So,
week.
Yeah.
if
I think it's just damage.
Yeah, it's just damage.
If you roll, if you want to roll 2d6 plus physical, to do this, specifically Rage Chimera, if you roll it for being carried, because you're the one who's going to get hurt. So that's your choice if you want to do that.
I don't think she cares about being hurt. So she will do this if Azure Claw is willing.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right.
She just jumps on your back and is like, "Go!"
Yeah, okay. And just gone.
All right, that's a 12.
You're fine.
Yes. Hell yes.
She's just
All right.
koala'd onto you.
Are you guys breaking off ahead of the pack to go find this thing? All right.
Yeah, I think Azure Claw is like looking up every so often. He's checking where it is by where the sky rod is in the sky above it. So this might not have been like the smoothest ride for Rage Chimera if they hadn't rolled well, as he's like bounding from building to building and like zipping down the street. He's trying to go in like the straightest line possible. That does mean like there are things in the way.
Yep. 100%. Nessa?
I think I'm gonna try to use perfect awareness, and here's what's gonna happen. She's gonna like list out this whole plan, and Azure Claw and Rage Chimera take off, and she goes, "Yes, good. Try to catch up with it and slow them down. Spookglass, keep eyes on that thing. Jersey Devil, when we catch up, if you can try to connect with it emotionally, see what it wants, maybe it's not bad. We never know with these things. I'm blanking on Zella's hero name right now, and it's gonna kill me. Purple Fang. Purple Fang, when we catch up to this thing, maybe just try giving it a big old bear hug and see what happens. I don't know, maybe try to restrain it. But we gotta stop this thing before it starts destroying downtown. It's gonna be really, really bad, okay? So what it is you share your allies' points of view and synthesize them into a plan, roll plus mental, and depending on what I roll, there are benefits, including people potentially getting power points. I'm really hoping I roll a 12. Please, for the love of God, let me roll a 12.
How much do you have?
Oh my God! Wait, what's my pencil? Please? God damn it, it's an 11. Okay. It's fine.
You have the +1 ongoing from before?
I don't believe I have a +1 ongoing. I had a +1 forward to stopping the future, and I remembered partway through that I accidentally used that twice. +1 forward is like a one-off, and then +1
Gotcha.
ongoing is a separate thing. So yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be selfish.
Good for you.
I'm gonna be so freaking selfish right now. I'm gonna use one of the advantages, and I'm gonna re-roll a die and just see. Just see if I can get that fucking 12. Let me get the 12, please. It's a 10. I'm so sad.
Is
On a
10 plus not good or what?
10 plus isn't what I wanted. I want to be able to give people power points, not move power points. I can move up to 2 power points from 1 or 2 heroes and give them to myself or a third hero. And like I'm pretty sure only like I don't even have a power point yet.
James has
I think James has one, and I'm pretty sure Saul has one.
Saul has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a moot point. I'm not doing that anymore. I was just really hoping I could get someone some power points. Oh well, we tried. Moving on.
You tried so hard.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Do you all kick into action with Lock-On's plan, which is, again, I very much enjoy the name for this.
Thank you. Listen, you inspired it, okay? You made it so easy for me.
Cool. All right, you guys all begin heading out. It's literally back to where Patterson's Pastries is. It's the main street where a lot of the shops are. So you guys know how to get there. And you see this thing has begun slowing down, but it is still ripping and crashing into this building. As you guys have a second to look at it, we'll say for those of you who are slowing down to look at it, you see this big, the way it's hunched over is a little gorilla-esque, purely from like it's using two of the arms and / fists to help it move forward at a quicker pace, while the third arm that is kind of coming out of the stomach, and it's definitely shorter but thicker and heavier than the other two, is currently just smashing through like one building at a time. The other two arms are also different. One of them is thinner and a little bit longer, but not by much, and the other one is about average, what you would assume for a thing like this, for like a gorilla-esque shape. It does sometimes raise to full height, but then immediately it kicks over and starts again tearing through another building. And you just hear it begin growling. Not full words. You hear sounds like paw. It sounds like it says pie, actually, for the first one, I will say. But I'm just gonna say that's probably not what it's saying, but you just hear it goes pie. And that's what you guys see.
Is it saying pie? It sounds like you just said pie.
I think Saul's just gonna kind of turn to Rage Commander and be like, "You might want to hop off for this next bit."
It just like goes.
Yeah, and Saul like runs and kind of like bounds off a building and launches to try to like be on this thing's back, kind of like sitting on its shoulders, and is gonna put his hands on both sides of its head and go, "All right, that's enough of the monkey business. We can get you some pie later," and gonna hex it.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm never using any other dice. That is 11 on the die plus 2 from Mystical. That is a 13.
For which one?
Hex.
I don't know what hex does off the top of my head. So
roll Mystical on a 12 plus hold 3, on a 10 plus hold 2, on a 7 and 9 hold. It's the thing I used in
Got you. All right.
Yeah.
All
right.
What are you using, Azure Claw? What's happening here?
So I'm going to. Oh man, I'm gonna slow it down. I would like to inflict a negative condition on it, and it's not holding anything, right? It's just smashing through buildings.
It currently is not holding anything, no.
Oh, okay, so I can't make it drop something. Did it seem like it could actually talk, or is it just like making sound?
It sounds like it's trying to use words, for sure.
All right, I'm gonna make it answer one question truthfully.
All right.
So I guess, how do you want to run that down for those 3 things?
Slowed, easy enough. But that could just be an effect as part of your whatever magical happenings is going on. I know for negative conditions, there's a list of conditions that players can get. Mel, do you understand what negative conditions can happen to like villains, monsters, minions?
I'm pretty sure it's the same ones. You can do stunned, restrained, enfeebled for physical, etc., etc., etc.
Cool. So if you want to add like something like stunned or restrained to just slow it down a little more. It is 3 stories tall, so like it's going to like your power can hold it for a while. It's just going to take a bit. And for a question, yeah, I mean, ask the question. Like, if you want to say, I don't want to describe how your powers are working, but if you want to say that you use it somehow to force an answer up through it or something, we can try to figure it out.
I think it's really just like he channels this magic into it, kind of like pulses down through it, and it sinks, I guess, a little bit into the ground as his powers are kind of based around altering reality and luck. Like the ground it's walking on gives out a little bit, so it's like feet get a bit stuck as it's walking. Like as it takes a step forward, it just goes too hard, goes down, and that keeps happening every time it's stepping. It's like things keep getting in the way, slowing it down, holding it in place. And Azure Claw, like very earnestly, he's on its head, kind of like wrapped around its head. He leans over its front, so it's like he's upside down in its field of view, looking into its eyes. And he goes, "Hey, bud, you good? Do you need something? What's going on? What's going on, bud? Do you need help? This seems bad, and you can't be doing this. So, like, could you cool it maybe and just tell us what you need? Sound like you were saying pie. I can get you a pie. That's not a problem. But you gotta stop destroying this and, like, use your words."
As it slows down, eventually it grabs hold of a food truck, Granny's to Go, and it tries throwing it at its own face to get you off. And as it does, it yells, "Ring!"
Ring.
And it throws it at you. You are
incapable of failing a thwart.
Yeah, right. So like, I
so just move out of the way.
This thing that hits it in its own face in the moment.
Does it take damage from throwing a truck at its own face?
I don't think it does. I'll double check that, but continue.
I was just trying to like see what's going on with it, and I convey that to everyone. It's like it's saying something about a ring. I don't know what that means. Lock on. You got any ideas? You're the smart one. Mel.
I'm gonna fucking fight Discord. Literally.
There you go.
All she goes is, "I'm thinking. I'll figure something out. Keep it distracted."
Could I try and have my personal minion use knowledge from beyond? See if I can get any better of an idea of what's going on.
Ooh. I don't know what this is, but I'm down for it. So go ahead and if it's a roll or whatever, just let me know what you gotta roll.
Yeah, it's when you consult with your minion, roll, and then you can either gain potentially a piece of beneficial knowledge or something that the GM decides is or isn't.
Nessa?
Would love to roll a we can do this together for 2 heads are better than 1 to help the minion think of something.
Okay.
So,
I did roll a 10. So what does
this together gives you extra benefits, so it doesn't
going forward. So
as long as Nessa doesn't roll bad.
As long as I don't roll, yeah.
No.
What is my mental?
So
we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. My dice. Okay. That is an 8. So with a cooperative relationship, because I know that Nessa is cooperative with literally everybody, you give your target +1 to their next roll, but you put yourself in danger.
Cool.
And the character that you're aiding gets 1 power point. Always.
Ooh. Very nice.
Cool.
Yeah, you gain a piece of beneficial knowledge about the situation.
And
tell the GM what it
is. What is your roll total? And so that's it? You just gain a piece of knowledge about the situation?
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
10?
10 plus, that's what it would be.
I will go right back to this stuff in just 2 seconds. James, I saw you raise your hand earlier. I just want to double check.
Yeah, I was just going to take my action against the creature, but we can resolve these other parts first.
Right, cool. I'll get to you right after that then. So, a few things are going to happen at the same time here. As this creature begins to reel back, you are going to get this piece of information from the air rod. What you need to decide, and this is going to be your hard choice, and this is also going to be something that Nessa's going to have to deal with, is either Nessa can get dealt significant damage in this next moment instead of just a little bit of damage, or Nessa gets a little bit of damage and the air rod is going to be unavailable to you for the rest of this.
Air rod.
Okay.
I could take a hit. I got all my hit points still. It's fine.
Significant damage? No.
Yeah, I guess define significant.
That's
Out of
that's
10.
That's a great idea. Let's figure that out.
What is significant damage?
More than 2, less than 5.
I'll take it. That's fine. That's fine.
No. No.
Why
do you want
give you a
the
hug?
Jesus.
That's fine.
Yes, fine.
How much
You
health do you have?
All my health.
You could give her a hug without having to wait till she's injured.
We got 2 healers, and that's it.
Can I do protect someone again?
Oh my god.
You can, after this resolves, you can act
Okay.
instinctively to whatever is about to happen.
Oh,
We're choosing
man.
Arod.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless Mel, do you want to take?
You do
You made
whatever
your
calls
choice.
to your heart.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if Sylvie could live with
That
that.
was me teasing you.
Um,
It's fine. You're good. You're golden.
All right.
The longer arm, the longest and thinnest arm, reaches into a building and then speedily whips it around, a la kind of like the Beast Titan thing, where it just takes all of the rubble from the building and then like has a tornado spin of an arm come backwards. Because you are sacrificing the air rod, it is going to be basically dispersed. You can bring it back later, but it's going to need time to recover as the big chunk that was going to hit Nessa gets thrown into the air rod and said, Nessa, you're going to just take 1 damage from some of the shrapnel of this just hitting you. The air rod for a moment, during this scenario, goes into the creature's mouth and tries to help enhance its ability to speak for a brief moment. And as it does, it enunciates a little better. And you hear it say, "Find my rings. All 4. There's one more piece I want to give you, but if I give you that, you'll just know the answer. So I'm not going to give you that little piece.
4
Ring?
rings.
You hear Saul say, "Is this a Sonic thing?"
Oh my god.
James, do you still want to protect someone? It's only 1
No.
damage. I don't know if-
Yeah, if it's only 1 damage, I can't really do anything to help that.
Okay, cool. Well, not cool, but cool. Cool. Boom, boom. It shouts out a little more. And we'll say that it has a little bit clearer of an ability to speak from this point on. So if you guys are able to get more questions out of it, or more answers out of it, you'll get some clearer details.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to do my attack, my thing against the creature.
Do it up. And then,
right.
Sally, did you have a hand raised for afterwards?
I'm going to attempt to touch their heart.
Aw.
Interesting.
That's kind of what I wanted to do if I could help out.
Oh my god.
I am definitely down for you guys to do this.
Do it. Yeah.
The Maryland jersey.
I'm gonna fly up in front of this thing and be like, "Guy, what's going on here? You coming in? You talking about rings?
You want to smoke?
Yo, come on. We'll get a little small. We'll fucking work this out between each other. Come on, tell me what's going on. Look at me. Look, I got a lot of fucking problems. You got problems too. Come on, let's work this out. Let me touch you, and let me touch in your heart, and we can figure out how this goes."
This is epitome of East Coast kind, but not nice.
Literally.
So
it is the 2 meanest people.
So,
I
know.
One of you is gonna basically roll touch their hearts to give the additional bonus to the other one. So whoever wants to roll first will then add that bonus to the other person's roll.
I should.
Shouldn't it be we
probably roll
can do
first.
this together for one and one should be?
Yeah, we can do it together.
Because that's like the so-called help action.
Right, yep. Well, the thing is, touch their
Yeah.
heart also gives you pluses to it, so it's just like, meh, there goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sally, are you okay with doing the we can do this together since you're backing up Jersey Devil? Is that good, or do you guys want to reverse it? I don't know who.
Well, I have an
Yeah.
ability for Touch My Heart, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do we can do this together because I can do I've got your back, which will be plus physical.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
So I'm like backing him up. I'm like the hype man behind my fellow East Coaster.
Are you competitive or
Sorry?
cooperative?
We are competitive.
Cool.
So ready. I'm so ready.
So what do I add?
We'll see what. First, we'll do a we can do this together roll.
Okay. If we are competitive, okay. Let's see. Plus physical, so that's a 10.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So your target gains +1 to their next roll, and you add 1 power point to your power pool.
Oh wait, you guys are competitive or cooperative? Sorry.
Oh, competitive. My bad.
So you both gain a +1 to your next roll.
We both get a +1. Bye, B.
Right, so
Yeah.
I can't
And then
read.
And James
James
does get
also
a
get
+1.
+1 for his power pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the character you are aiding always gains 1 power point.
Right.
Okay, so I got a PowerPoint and I got a +1 to this roll.
Yep.
Yep.
So that makes this roll a 7. So I'm going to use a PowerPoint that I just got to upgrade the result to make it team members gain +2 to actions against the target. This ends if the target takes damage and I form a competitive relationship with the target.
Oh, interesting. Fascinating.
So you upgraded to a 10 plus automatically, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Nice.
everyone gets a +2 against their actions, which adds to all the other pluses people currently now have. This ends if the target takes damage.
Is that +2 forward or ongoing?
Against
It
the
just
target.
says against the target.
So
Oh,
it's just
okay. I'm
against
gonna
this
consider that
target.
ongoing against the target. Then.
Ongoing. Next action, you form a competitive relationship with the target. So you have a competitive relationship with this giant thing. Okay.
Guy, come on. What are we doing here?
Azure, are you still on top of it? No, you jumped off from the.
I jumped off when it threw a truck at its own face.
And then as it turned to throw the additional debris. You two are just like mean mugging approaching this thing and being like, I love this so much. All right, so that means everyone's gonna have a +2, and
I do not, because it only says team members.
Team
so
members.
I do not get any bonuses for this.
And I think this thing comes down to try and strike you guys. And maybe you're both just tough enough to like hold it in this moment.
I'm not tough at all.
Yeah, but you're backed up by.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you just look behind you and Sally's just holding it up. Got you.
Holding it, and like the face gets closer and it growls. And I think in this moment, you two specifically see that it's not an angry expression. It's almost pains the way the brow is furrowed. It is not angrily trying to do whatever it's doing. It is closer to hurt and confused.
You got a thorn in your foot, big guy? Come on, let me see your foot. You got a thorn? I've read this storybook before.
I fucking can't. This is so.
Loving the accent.
I
All right.
love it so much.
I think you watch as it slowly calms down and it's able to talk a little clear in this moment. It's like, wedding. My friends. Where are their rings?
This like a polyamorous thing? There's 4 rings? Come on, we could talk. I'm not, listen. Let's make it work. Come on, talk to me. Let's figure this out.
Jersey Devil is polyamorous. Cool, got it. Right. Some of the words clarify, and it does seem to calm down a bit. It is still in a monstrous form. Is there something else you guys would like to do?
I'm such an angry person that it's hard.
Do it. Hell yeah.
I also have my soothing voice ability, so I can keep talking to this guy.
You should talk to it.
Here's what I would love to like we can do this together on Jersey Devil with plus emotional. Which one is that again? You can do this. I think what Nessa says is just simply, I think you're like finally getting through to him. Just keep talking, keep going. You've got this. You got this. Worst comes to worst, because I have full support. Targets in a cooperative relationship with me get +2 to rolls instead of the +1 they normally get on We Can Do This Together. So, we'll see what fucking happens.
And then, so I'm trying to convince him, chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did a touch their heart, right?
Yeah.
I did touch their heart, which is what got everyone the +2s.
Yeah.
Against him.
Okay.
Now I'm going to convince him with my +1 plus a +2 from Nessie.
I just got you a +2 to your next roll. Also another PowerPoint. And I also get a PowerPoint. Yay, because I rolled a 10.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So then I'm going to roll for convince someone.
Yep. Which is normally emotional.
Plus emotional, which for me is 0. Cool.
+2.
So that's 8, 9. That's a 10. They do what I ask. If the ask is too great, they will tell you what it would take for them to do it.
All right. I think in this form that is filled with some type of temporal energy that it can't control, whether it's pain or sadness or whatever emotion it is feeling right now, it says, "Find my wooden rings and let me return home."
Wooden rings?
Did he say wooden rings?
Yes.
Wooden rings.
The wood place. The Whatchama-wood place called thing. I forgot what the name was.
Wooderlust.
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 Azure, come on, get there. Let's see what you got. Get there fast. Let's get them rings.
Kind of like looks back and forth at like this big guy. Is it still moving? Like, is it still going through? So you're saying like
we're having a conversation here.
Yeah,
we're on good terms now.
Yeah.
It is barely able to, like, it's like in one spot. It just has arms of varying length that are able to do some things, but it cannot like move. It's stuck on. It's cemented into the street basically.
Yeah. So he's kind of like he's like hopping in place for a second. He's like, okay, I got it, and he just takes off for the wood place. Now he's expecting, I guess, to find rings the size of his waist, potentially, like however big this thing's hands were.
Yep.
Does he see anything like that in this place?
Not at first glance. I don't know if there's a role for like looking around places. I'm assuming be vigilant. Glimpse the truth.
There's not
Yeah.
necessarily. Yeah, you could do probably be vigilant, or
if you find one of
probably
those...
probably glimpse the truth if you're investigating a situation or place.
Yeah.
How do you spell the name Wooderlust, and do they have a sign?
WOODERLUST.
Okay.
Don't make me glimpse the truth.
Like,
I'm not
wanderlust,
smart.
but about
that
wood.
truth.
No, let me be vigilant. I can be vigilant. I just can't. I can't glimpse the truth.
You're just bad at it, is what you mean?
Yeah, I have a thing that lets me be vigilant. Well,
from what I can see, exactly what the questions are, I think Mel is right, and glimpse the truth is unfortunately the appropriate one in this scenario.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Just from me looking at the questions, I can kind of.
Yeah. All right. I'll roll for that. Come on, these dice have been rolling well. Hopefully
you
they
can
do
also
it
bring
again.
a friend with you and have someone else get like.
Does someone want to roll to not get whiplash? Like, absolutely bolt you into a store.
I'll go with you.
Right. Yeah.
Azure and
like,
Perps.
Like, all right, Fang, let's go. How does Purple Fang get carried?
We're just like piggyback style.
All right,
cool.
Like
that's what I assumed.
Listen, again, if they want to be princess carried or fireman carried,
no. Now it's Princess Carrie. It's Princess Carrie now. It's Princess Carrie for Purple.
Go time.
Purple Fang, just roll me a physical check.
Roll for whiplash.
Yeah.
7.
7. You take 1 point of damage as it's just a little too fast. That your neck doesn't feel super awesome right now. But you get there.
All right, so we just like start looking around the shop.
Yep. If you want to roll Glimpse the Truth, which is 2d6 plus mental.
and then I can help out with that.
It's gonna be a 9.
Can I roll? We can do this together on that.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That is 8 plus 2. That's a 10.
Cooperative.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. You both get 1 power point, so that's good. You guys are finally getting some of those power
racking
points.
these suckers up.
And you get a +1 to your roll. Which
yeah.
you had a 9.
Mm.
So brings you to a 10.
To a 10.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can hold 3. So, you know. The questions are: what happened here recently? What's about to happen? What's the most dangerous thing here? What's the most useful thing here? What needs to be protected? What here is not what it appears to be? Who is in control here? What new or useful information can I gather? What sort of creature is it?
I feel like what's the most useful thing here would probably be the best.
I think that translates super well in this specific scenario. As you guys break into the store.
Oh wait, I can.
We're not.
I'm double checking.
We're hippos. We're not going to break
I
in.
know. I'm double checking.
I can just unlock a simple mechanical lock with my weird luck thing.
Perfect.
We were just talking about that.
So I think more than that, it's just like doors just happen to be unlocked whenever Cell tries them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have
Just
to
like
roll,
he
or is
always.
it just good?
I have to roll.
Cool.
But it's a pretty
Low
pretty
roll.
easy one.
Cool.
Yeah. I can, because I get 1 on a mixed success. Yeah, that'll be mixed. That's a 7. On a 7 and 9, I get hold 1. So I'll just use to unlock a simple mechanical lock.
Hell yeah! You unlock the door. You go in without actually breaking in, but kind of still breaking in. But that's fine.
It's a business, and the door was open.
Sure is. And as you guys get in, you look around. There are a lot of different things made of wood here. It's what Muriel does for work. And you find her most recent display, one that she was very excited about and talking about in the store, about a tree that has 2 rings on the inside of it, two life rings. I forget what the fuck they're called for the center of trees. And she's talking about how she was able to make 2 pairs of rings from this tree. So there is a set of 2 different, one has been stained to be like a darker brown color, the other 2 a lighter, like almost tan brown. So you find 4 rings in total sitting on display.
Yeah, I think like we would go ahead and just grab those. Like this is the first set of rings that we see. As I just kind of like Ken looks over at Azure. We're gonna have to pay Muriel back. But
I do believe you can ask 2 more questions, by the way.
Oh,
because you got whole 3, which means you can pick 3 from the list.
Yeah, you can if you want more stuff from this room.
If you want more info. As a lore hoe, I had to point it out. I'm sorry.
Because you phrase it as if you want more stuff from the room. It's just like, do we use them to steal more? What?
Oh my god.
I mean, there's other things like what's the most dangerous, what needs to be protected, who is in control
What-
here is a weird one,
what-
but like
What needs to be protected, I guess? We're breaking into a store.
what needs to be protected is a very long, well-crafted, looks very old. Definitely not something that Muriel made. Staff. You see, it is a twisted, odd type of wood that I don't know how much of an expert we'll say Ken is with trees. Ken's never seen wood like this before.
Not at all.
That's a sentence. Anyways, but it is very uniquely designed, and they're, to your eyes, for a moment, and it might just be because of your proximity with Grand Luckmaster over here, your ability to just, like, see runes on it for like a brief, like, quick blink of your eye, seems to be something magical that probably shouldn't get fucked with.
Ken just looks at Azure. Maybe we should leave that alone. As Ken is just like pointing out the staff.
I think you look at Ken and he's just like holding the rings, and he's like, "Did we need something else?"
Got one more
Rings.
question.
For my last question, what's the most useful thing in here? Like, what would be something that I could, like, Ken could take back that would be helpful for one of our team members? Like, besides the rings.
I love that.
You're gonna rob Muriel?
No, I'll pay it back.
You find what looks like in the first moment you see it, a crystal orb, but you're like, everything here is wood, and it takes you a minute to realize that there is some type of translucent wood that she has polished to such a fine finish that you can still see through it in a method that makes it feel like a crystal ball. And similar to before, there's just like a feeling from it in that brief moment where like you're like, this isn't just, what does Muriel do? Like, some questions form in your brain.
Nope.
Ken looks over at Azure. Do you think Netha would know what to do with this?
I think Muriel might be a witch.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, witch vibes?
Oh wait,
Witch
can we still talk to each other?
In your brains?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Ken reaches out to Nessa. Nessa, we found this orb thing. Should we bring it?
Did you find the rings?
Yeah, we got those too.
Yeah.
Not great to take from Muriel, but we'll put it back if it's nothing. Just bring it just in case.
Okay. As Ken just like scoops it up, like fully intending to pay Muriel back later.
Cool. You guys have 4 rings and an orb.
Just, was there a price tag on that? Out of curiosity.
Each ring was intricately designed and is $1,000. The orb was $2,500.
I would have pushed for like knowing how these rings are this guy's if Muriel has them.
For real? Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to be like, sorry, Muriel. Those actually weren't yours. Sorry.
It was a time thing, so
yeah.
From the future?
Anyways.
Why me thing?
Wibbly wobbly. Are you bringing this stuff back? I hope. Tossing it into the ocean.
Guy, it's gonna be okay. They're just getting some stuff.
Yeah, you
Give
guys.
it a few minutes.
What are we doing?
Ken is just waiting to be princess carried again.
Yeah. I think Saul puts the rings in a pocket. So he has like pockets on the suit. Mostly they're for snacks, but like puts the rings in a pocket so they won't fall while he's running. And then he picks up Fang and he goes, "All right, again, brace. You're gonna want to brace your neck. That's the worst part." And then just takes off before hearing a response.
I think just the one time you take damage is enough.
Yeah.
We'll say you're fine this time. All right, you guys get back over and you have the rings. I will quickly ask, what the fuck were the four of you guys doing while this happened?
I am petting it, but it's like very disconcerting because one, I'm a snallygaster, and two, it's like, nice kitty.
It's huge compared to us.
God.
It's so weird. I love it.
I'm a chihuahua, basically. I'm like,
oh my god.
It sounds like Jersey Devil was talking him down still, just being like, hey.
Be cool, bro. Be cool.
I think, in typical fashion, Lock On is thinking of every possible contingency, and outcome. So I'm gonna roll one step ahead while we're waiting for our friends to come back. Because she's preparing for best case scenarios and worst case scenarios. It seems like the correct time to roll plus mental, which I have to remind, and I believe I can. These are contingencies about the monster, and it's not attacking the monster, so I'm gonna use my +2 ongoing.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 12.
Cool. What was the roll for this?
What do you mean? What was the roll? Oh,
like, what is the? Is it a thing specifically you have, or a thing that I would have in the basic moves list?
oh, I see. It's a thing that I have specifically.
Okay, so what's-
I roll plus mental on a 12 plus. Every ally gains +1 ongoing in the current scene.
Cool.
So I don't gain one, but now our boy James.
James has
gets
one.
something.
You have
Yeah.
2. Everyone else has
Yep.
3.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So, yeah.
We love buffs
Listen,
and debuffs.
I'm trying to make things easier for people.
That's fair. All right. And so, were you doing anything, or we just?
Unfortunately, I think anything that her power set would do would just upset the creature more. So she is probably staying far away and just maybe trying to keep an eye out for any more of the slinkies and just make sure they're not attacking anyone anymore.
I'm not in your area, but this also wasn't the area they were in. So.
Okay. Maybe trying to summon the Skyrod again just to see like how badly that was damaged, or get like reach out and feel for it.
What is your spell cast? What is your big stat? Like, what is your +2?
Mystical.
If you want to roll me a plus mystical roll, if you get 12 and above, we'll say that it comes back.
All right.
You do have a +3, I think, right now. So
12. Exactly.
After a few, your friends come back, and the wind that carries them forward reforms in front of you into your Arod.
Oh, thank gosh, you're alive. Okay, I'm sorry to make you do this like immediately after, your whole death and then rebirth experience.
I was in the void.
Are you okay?
Yeah. The void is home.
Okay. Right. That never gets more unnerving. Less unnerving. Oh my gosh. Can I have you do an errand for me? Can you go around the city, make sure there aren't any more time slinkies, and if there are, just
I will do my best, and it goes off.
Do you need me to roll for that? That's technically asking for it.
If you would like to, you can.
I don't know if it's
it depends on
at
what
this
your
point.
guys' next step are. Anyways, this whole thing might droid power
Can
station.
complete. It's another complete the task, but offer you a hard choice. Extra cost or familiar attracts attention and danger.
Cool. I'll hold on to that again. All right, you guys are back with the rings and an orb. Just watching as Rage Chimera and Jersey Devil are just keeping it calm, quote unquote.
So we got the rings here. Come on, come on over. There, Blue Lightning, get over here and get the rings to this guy.
Yeah. Can I can I try to go for a touch their heart? Like, can we do that twice?
I don't think there's a limit on it. It's just like, but yeah, I don't mind it happening again if you want to.
All right. Yeah. So he's gonna. All right. I think I got this. He takes the rings out of the pocket, and I guess he's gonna jump up. Yeah, he's gonna like jump / like leap up its body onto its shoulder. Like, hey, bud, King Kong, I got your rings. Could you please chill out a bit? That'd be real nice. Everything's gonna be fine. Some old lady who makes stuff had them. I don't know how she got them, but if they're yours, they're here. They don't look like they'd fit you, but I mean, if these are yours, I'm fine giving them to you. You good? If I give these to you, are you good? Are we good? Because that would be great for me and us and probably you, because I don't want to have to kick your ass, but I'll do it. So, like, Solomon's from New York. Like, Solomon is also East Coast cute. He's just younger than the other two.
Just a bunch of East Coast kind, but not nice.
One of the reason I chose Delaware, I was like, we're gonna keep it East Coast. We got so many East Coasters here.
Yeah, Solomon is from New York, but he's like a full. How old is James?
He's probably like 30, but he looks like he's 45.
Oh my god.
Like Saul is like at least 10 years younger than James.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So the roll touch. Also, I have. Yeah.
Can I do a supernatural intervention with what we can do this together?
Hell yeah.
And I'm also gonna use. I'm gonna use Radiant Soul, which is my Himbo Aura ability, which means I can use a PowerPoint upgrade the result of my Touch Their Heart check. So hopefully we can push it all the way up to a 12 plus. All right, so this is what.
Let's see what we get from.
See what the we can do this together does.
That's a 10. That's actually it's an 11.
Nice.
So target gains +1 to the next roll and add 1 to your power pool.
Okay, so
we both get 1 power pool.
Cool. So I'm gonna put that here. All right. So that's gonna be the riding +3 we already have.
Yeah, you have a +3.
And then this other +1, so I have a +4.
Yeah. Plus whatever.
Plus my let me see, what is that? Yeah. No, I don't think it's emotional. That's just my emotional. I can just add a thing on top of it.
Oh, emotional.
So
sorry. Yep. Wrong second. I was looking at the.
All right. So emotional. It says +0. It says going to be 4 plus. I rolled an 8, so that's a 12. So like, I don't think I need to bump it.
No,
because I think that counts in the 12 plus.
Yeah. Mel, just because this is again something that you've done more than me, does Touch Their Heart? Can that finish off a villain in the same way as the other, like the actual like full move?
I mean, technically, yes. On a 12 plus, they see the error of their ways and remove themselves from the situation. You may form a relationship with them.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I will narrate what he does, and you can narrate what you do in response to anything that happens. But as you like are talking about him, like cool down, this, that, call him King Kong, and you hear him like, "I'm not a king," and like reaches up and tries to hit you like in that moment, and says, I was a guard. I'm a guardian. I need the rings. And slowly, it looks similar to all of like the strands and the slinkies for a moment. The fur begins to fall away as the form starts shrinking, but the extra arm reaches up, and you watch as all of the physicality to it leaves. And instead of being a physical arm, you watch an astral arm appear and duplicate into 2 hands that then grab the form and rip off this bestial, monstrous form that it has. Is there anything specific you're doing on it while it tries to like hit you a couple times and slowly shrinks down?
I mean, I think as it like swings at him on the shoulders, he just like moves to other parts of its like upper body, just like zipping around. But as it starts to like rip its own body down and go down, he jumps off of it, like does like just too many backflips, just like curls as he turns, and like his tail wraps around, and there's just like a bright light, and then he just lands on the ground, puts his hands up like a gymnast. It's like every time sticks the landing.
New Yorkers, am I right?
This thing collapses into the ground, about the same size as a humanoid form as you guys, maybe a little bit taller. Just a mound of fur above it now. Small parts of this form that still remain, that did not go away. Your air rod lets you know that all of the time strands, all of the time slinkies, the furry slinkies, have dissipated into single motes, small little grains of sand, and have begun floating up and away.
Sylvie will summon it back to its spear form while watching whatever's happening unravel.
You guys watch as still bestial hands begin pulling out what is still a very Yeti-esque, Sasquatch-esque looking individual. Long fur that's like white and gray. Some big incisors, elongated arms. The astral ones have faded away. You watch him pull out, wearing clothes, pulls out a staff and raises himself using the quarterstaff up a bit. For those who have characters that play D&D, this looks like a bugbear.
Fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. I know exactly what you're doing, and I hate you. Go on.
Thank you.
I think Saul's gonna like reach out a hand to be like, "You good, Argost? Like, you need some? We good? You seem chill now, so like."
Sorry. Moving through time and space was a lot more painful than I thought. My name is Wither.
Damn it.
It's nice to meet you, Wither. I'm Azure Claw. I'm the Maltese Tiger.
Is looking around at this city, confused.
You like baked goods? And just in his hand is now just like a scone.
Yes, my ward used to bring baked goods a lot.
It has raspberry jam in it. Just like pushes it into his hand.
The rings?
What do you mean used to?
The rings are in his other hand. Take the pastry, then I will hand you the rings. You only have 2 arms now, and one of them seems to be holding your cane, so pastry, then rings.
Oh.
Food is good.
You watch him
tired.
with decent dexterity, flips it around and puts it onto his back. Thank you, and looks at the rest of you guys in your superhero costumes.
Do you move through time often?
There was a bit where it happened way more often, but I was in control of time, but I was granted a day off, so I'm trying to collect some things. The rings. I need them for my friend's wedding.
Yeah, clockwork. I said I'll give you the rings. Here you go.
Clockwork?
He's out of character. He has been making references to cartoons.
Yeah. He doesn't
Argos
know that,
was
though.
yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Argos was Secret Saturdays, Clockwork is Danny Phantom.
Bless.
I don't remember Clockwork, but yeah, no. Either way, Wither definitely doesn't know it. And looks at the rest of you. Are you all mythical creatures as well? What is... You are not gentle with your pettings, and points at Rage Chimera.
Said Claus. I tried.
Appreciate you trying.
I could have hit you.
This is true. We could have beat you up.
I just land next to Rage Chimera, just pop out the cigarettes. I think we earned a 5, right?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
You guys just walking off in your outfits smoking somewhere.
We are great role models for the kids in this town.
Yeah, such bad examples for the youth. For the children.
Listen, I got a 5. This is me
Oh,
time.
man.
Don't worry about the kids.
This is me time. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Saul is sitting on his tail. Like his tail is down and like makes a small circle at the base. So he's sitting like balanced on it, eating another pastry. It's like, so what are you gonna do now?
Well, I need to go back to the nexus where all of the temporal magic is coming from, make sure that he didn't break it, and then I need to go be ring bearer.
Can I use my how did that get there? Hold that I was holding on. I would like to pull out like a ring box or like a couple ring boxes or something for it.
Really fucking funny.
That's
Be like, well, you can't. Wait, I
just
think I
have
had
ring
something around here somewhere. You can't just bring rings with
You just
no
have
ring
ring
box.
boxes.
Hang on.
I love
Yeah,
that.
like
so
I
much.
stashed a few over here, like 5 days ago. Weirdly enough, here you go.
Funny story.
So who's
Why
getting
did you
married?
stash them?
You never know. Like,
Thank you for this odd form of generosity. I didn't know.
I just thought
rings
if you
need
were like
boxes.
ring, and then I was like, oh yeah, I put them over there, and I remember I lost them because I was thinking about like, what if I have a friend who just like randomly needs to get engaged and you don't know, and then they just have. It's like sporadic. Sometimes I have one friend who tried to get engaged with a ring pop.
So they want to get engaged, but they need the box. Do they have a ring? Are you just giving them a box and they're like getting engaged with just the box?
I figure they have the rings, but they're probably too excited. I didn't get that far. I just stashed these just in case. You never know.
What's a ring pop?
That is all of Spook Glass's merch. It's just you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
And then
Oh man, if only I had gotten the 2-1, I could be like, I also have a ring pop.
Can I roll to see?
Yes.
Funny story.
For my wish ability.
Just say that one more time.
Whether try a ring.
Can I roll to see if I pull a ring pop out of nowhere?
Sure.
Oh, because you can. I wish. I understand.
Yeah.
You.
All right.
You crazy kids.
7 on the die, +2. That's a 9. I don't know if any of those other going forwards are still in play.
Don't think so.
I think when you defeat the monster, probably not. I'm very curious. What's a 9?
I mean, on a 9, I get a hold 1, so it's just summon a small common item that can fit in my hand from somewhere, and you're not sure where it came from. It's a ring pop.
Don't ask questions.
It's like in the wrapper still, just like, this is a ring pop. Do you like candy? Do you know what candy is?
Confectionaries?
Dude, kinda, yeah. Here, and just like opens it and like, see, looks like a ring, but this top part is not a jewel. It is food. If you see something else that looks like this, it probably isn't food. Don't eat that. But this is food. You can eat it. Not the bottom bit, just the top bit. Tastes like fruit. Just like holds it to him. It's one of the berry swirl ones that's like the transparent blue with like the opaque pink.
A bunch of people just had core memories getting them locked together. It was great. Takes it and just sniffs it, gives it a lick or two, and then it gets caught in his fur.
Oh.
Just puts it in his mouth. And FYI, you guys are just on the streets with this person who looks like a cryptid in your costumes. You can do it for a while, but it probably won't last forever. So,
do you need... How fur covered is this thing?
Fully.
Okay.
Bigfoot-esque.
God damn it, Discord, I'm gonna fight you. Lock on steps up and asks, if you have to bring it to your friend's wedding, you must be on a time crunch. Shouldn't you be getting back?
Yes. If you guys have a clock, I assume you guys know what clocks are.
You kind of broke it.
You don't have other
coming through
clocks?
I don't know if we have other clocks that are U-sized.
Oh, it's... I could probably use a normal clock. It could not.
Oh. I have so many questions, but I feel like I'd rather just not have them answered. No offense.
I would kind of like to know what that was exactly. Did you mean to do that?
No.
Do you not do that in the future?
I mean... you guys know that this is an effect that happens to things that come into your world.
Mhm.
So this is not a thing that he controls.
Right.
So,
really important question. Do you need pants?
Valid.
Not any more than the ones I'm wearing.
You're wearing pants?
There's a lot of fur. I get it.
The fur is through the pants?
There's a lot of fur.
Ken is just like looking down at all of like his Batsquatch fur, looks at Azure. It's a problem.
I think like his head is fully sideways, just like trying to figure out where there are clothes in this. It's like, but
it's rude to stare.
But you're going to a wedding.
It's the humidity. I'm just really fluffy right now. It's fine. When I get to the wedding, I'll press the digit. I will use some magic.
Have fur. I understand that part, but there's clothes over the fur.
Yeah. My friends made charm bracelets out of my fur at one point. I don't know what to tell you. This is just a thing.
Are those the same friends who are getting married?
Yes.
Who's married? And why did you have to go through a time portal?
Well, I was holding on to some parts of time to keep them still, because not in every timeline do they get married. So I was holding on to the couple ones and keeping them still, paused for a few moments so I could, actually go and see it instead of working. I don't normally go through time portals, but I had some people arrive and they were helping me out. Is there a place to talk that's not out in the open? Because no offense to your world, but the few moments that I've been here, it's felt very exposed.
Ken just like looks at them. Do you want some coffee? As Ken is like pointing back to Patterson's Pastries.
Yeah, it is just down the street, like a half a block.
All right, yeah, let's take it back to the bakery. It's fine. It's chill. We said we were closed anyway. It's fine.
We all casually walk. Yeah, right. In our superhero garb.
Deep hour in the lobby.
Yeah.
Not suspicious at all.
No one.
I'm
No one's
walking
gonna
with
get.
I have a Cyclops eye still. Like, this is fine.
It's literally cosplayers in the middle of a convention going to like a nice restaurant. It's just like
Victoria and like Violet in the corner are just like.
No, we kicked them out. It's fine.
I think Saul's just like, you guys have got to work on your secret identity thing. I think like I don't know if anyone else does, but I think Saul actively reads comics and like does take the superhero part pretty seriously. but is a goofball in general. So he would have been like, I can do that because I can run faster than people can see. But like, you guys gotta not. But like, it keeps happening. He's like,
Somehow, no one's figured it out.
So you guys end up back at Patterson Pastries. You notice, and those of you who go out back for a smoke break at some point notice that Tom is just frozen there still.
God.
But the rest of you are able to sit down. I probably close the shades. I don't know. I assume you all have shades.
Wait,
the
people
thing's
still
not-
frozen then?
Tom is.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna adjust Tom's hand so it's like an open palm and put a ashtray in it.
Are there still things on Tom?
No.
I think then Bread is just like sitting on. Is Tom sitting somewhere or is he standing?
He was going like this, drinking a thing of coffee when the stuff fell on him. And then
I
he
think
froze like this.
If Joe turned over one hand, I think Bread is standing on the other arm, just batting Tom's head a little bit.
Yeah.
Like not hard, just like you tap 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 tap.
What?
Can you do something about that? Wither, right? Withers? Wither?
Wither, it's a nickname. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Give me a moment. I wonder if I have access to it here. And just like slowly lowers a claw. And eventually time starts moving again for Tom, who like takes the rest of the sip and looks around confused.
A lot of people got hit by those things. Do you have to like go Simba everybody? Or are we good?
I don't have to draw symbols on everybody. I should be able to, once I leave here, be able to. Hopefully, all of this goes with me. I hope.
So you can go through like time and like see different realities and stuff.
I can watch them pass by, normally.
But you don't know what movies are?
You've never seen The Lion King?
A movie.
How?
Or King
Do you wanna
Kong?
watch something with us really quick? Like, I mean, it's time magic, right? Like, technically, you won't ever be late.
Is that how it works? I'm kind of curious about how time travel stuff works. I've seen a lot of stuff in books, but like, how's
there's a couple possibility. It really depends where I dive back into the time stream. Let me draw it out for you, and just like clears off the like baked goods of the day thing, and just starts drawing out a spell arcana on it. 20 minutes later, you kind of understand how time magic works.
I don't understand any of that, but that's cool.
We could have
do you
been
have a
20
favorite?
minutes into a movie.
Yeah. That's a whole episode of a cartoon.
Do you want me to explain time magic to you? I've seen Back to the Future. It's fucking phenomenal. I can show you. I know exactly how it works.
Well, that one I know, but that's not magic. I was just curious. Like, is that it? Is Primer the way it works? Does it work like Doctor Who? Like, is it like there's so many different time travel things? It could be Bill and Ted. Like, who knows?
Do you guys think he would like Cats the musical?
I don't think anybody likes Cats the musical.
I looked forward in
like Cats
time.
the musical.
No, I would
Bread's
not.
a cat, and Bread doesn't even like Cats the musical.
Okay, well that's just rude.
Bread said it's insulting to cats and musicals.
Both
Okay.
are factual.
You know what? I understand Brett's opinion.
You just hear a loud meow.
So, movie?
I don't know. Nessa looks like they want to say something, so.
Good question. And I want to ask a question, but my brain keeps short circuiting because it is late.
Yep. We're basically good to wrap up. We can say
Yeah.
wrap up if you guys watching a movie. If you guys really want.
I think we need to get him a clock before that as well.
Oh yeah, no. Well, you know what? We have like there's there's a clock in the back office. He can use that. He said a regular standard size clock will work fine. So yeah, we watch a movie and we give him a clock and send him on his way.
Oh, but never come back because that will happen again probably. But it was nice meeting you.
That was fun. It was good meeting you all too.
It was meeting you.
It was.
Yeah, I'm still
Just a
confused about
small
the time,
elbow.
the time
Important.
stuff.
I think Saul's gonna just like hand him a tray with a small wedding cake on it, being like, "You can't go to weddings empty-handed."
I thought the rings would have. Okay.
But it's a cake.
Okay, give me a second. Miniaturizes it, puts it in an orb, and then puts it in his pocket.
That's a cool way to make cupcakes. Can you teach us how to do that?
I'll make it bigger later. That
Make
would be
super dense cupcakes.
That'd be such a waste.
It seems very impractical.
You guys just see Ken like waving his hands like in the same way.
You could have like 10,000 calories in a cupcake.
That doesn't sound good. Me, Vinny, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
Listen, there was a cookie place that used to be by my actual house in New York that made cookies that each had like 1,000 calories. And they were incredible.
Delicious.
They were so good, but you eat one cookie.
Before Wither leaves, he presses a finger into each of your hands and leaves each of you a single grain from the sands of time. It says, small token. Hopefully it can help you in the future. You guys can write that down if we ever do another one, but for now.
Oh my
This ain't gonna help me go back and solve all my childhood issues. I don't really know.
I have a very important question.
What's up?
Did Wither like the ring pop?
That's a good question.
Very important question.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Did you like the raspberry
did it.
scone?
Yeah. You guys are good at that. Like, of course.
That's a
I
day
know
job.
we're good at it, but like, doesn't mean he liked it.
I
We
mean,
don't
he's
know
like-
his physiology.
I wish I could bring some home. I'm sure they would appreciate these, but they probably have enough food on their wedding day.
Just hands them a bag of pastries.
You guys have so many supplies. Where were you when we were dealing with time problems?
Here, I work at this bakery.
Fair enough.
But again, please don't come back because that will happen again.
I have one other trip, and it's not to here. Don't worry.
It was a little alarming. Good luck to your friends who are getting married.
Double
I
married?
suppose. Double married?
why
You need 4 rings?
Yeah. 2 couples.
Are they all getting married together?
2 and
Called
2.
it polyamory.
2 and 2.
At the same time?
Yeah. We
Is it double wedding?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's nice.
We earned.
They might need another cake.
We earned a good day. I think we went through a lot. So,
Mm.
thank you all. I'm gonna get out of here before you guys make me watch another time movie and confuse me on how my powers work.
Or if you wait like 6 hours, I can make you another wedding cake.
Tap. Jumps in.
Bye.
Never come back.
Bye. I guess.
Your and our
Never come
safety.
Thank you.
Hey.
We will blame it all on you.
Hey, Sally, I think we earned another 5.
Yeah.
How many times have you guys taken?
15.
Honestly, I think we earned an early close today.
I'm worried about their lungs.
I thought we were already closed.
Fair.
Wait, do I get paid?
I've been on the clock the whole time. They can keep me here. If I'm here, I'm on the clock. That's how it works.
No, you're all getting paid, but
See?
we're closing permanently for the rest of the day.
Vanessa, do
So
you
up
want a cup of
until
tea?
this moment.
I
Let's
would
watch Back
love
to the
that.
Future 2 now.
Tom pokes his head in and is like, I will pay you all for a full day. Go ahead and take it off.
Nailed it.
And so we'll put a
Movie
kettle
day.
Just a group movie night.
on. Movie night.
Yeah, movie night at the bakery.
That sounds funny. Like a funny thing that you guys just jerry-rigged
We
somewhere in the
definitely
area.
well, no, because we definitely have like areas set up where we can like push together some cozy chairs and shit, and like we have a little projector to like project onto one of the empty back walls to like play a movie. We have that set up for sure. Nessa's thought of it.
Nessa's thought of everything. Let's put that out there.
I'm pretty sure that was the tagline. Again, if we were doing merch.
Yeah. all of Lock-On's merches, I've already thought of it.
It all comes out with the biggest metal bowl you've ever seen, and it's full of churro popcorn.
Ooh.
Ooh, that does
that sounds
I'm
good.
so hungry.
James is reluctant.
Anyways,
just like sneaking bowls of this popcorn.
That is a real thing you can get at Alamo Draft House.
Oh yeah.
Just
They have churro popcorn, and it's incredible.
As you guys like slow down to watch a movie with your awesome popcorn and enjoy the rest of your day off, unless anyone has any final things. All right. A little longer than we probably expected, but that is going to be a wrap of today's session. The Cryptkids came out all right on the other side. Good job, y'all.
And we're ending the day with $550 raised.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We will find more rewards to shove in there, I promise.
God.
Thank you again, guys, for the donation. Thank you guys first, the cast. Thank you all for coming and being a part of this. I hope playing Good Hearts was at least kind of fun and kind of weird, because that's kind of the vibes I get every time I play this goddamn game. Thank you all. Please, those of you watching, come check out our players and all of their different handles. Check out all the different cool things that they do. Also, come hang out at Records. We love having more people to come and hang with. A few people are actually looking for players for upcoming one-shots and short sessions. So if you are looking to play, come hang out with us. Thank you for donating to the PCRF. We have one more session during the month of June. Darkness is coming back on Sundays, so we will be able to return to a nice, fun royal dinner, and we'll see how that goes for everybody. And
so excited!
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And yeah, thank you for all the support during this month. It's meant a lot, and it's been great seeing all of this. Does anyone have any final plugs before we raid off? As I look for somebody.
Well, I got you covered on the raid part. Look into the Crit Awards. There's some really, really great people nominated for really, really great things, including, I believe, New Age Geeks. I remember seeing a nomination there for, and the Storyteller Squad. We would appreciate your votes. We on the Storyteller Squad don't expect to win. There's some really, really cool people in the Legacy podcast category, so like, we're just happy to be here, honestly. Yeah. But hey,
yeah. New Age Geeks is up for best upcoming YouTube, and it's like we have 200 subscribers, and the nearest one's 1,900. So not expected to win.
It's like, all right, cool. We're not going
so much, guys.
But everyone's making cool stuff. We have artists,
Yeah.
we have streamers, we have podcasters, we have other streamers. Check out, we have people writing books, other people DMing. Come check out all of our cool stuff. Everyone here is awesome.
So the artist that we worked with on this, Zuzu Creates Art, is actually an artist that I've known for a while, and I mentioned earlier, I'm like writing stuff. She and I are writing a book together currently. So if you follow her on Instagram, you'll see when we get around to like sharing more about it. We've been writing it on and off for over a year, so hopefully we'll have something to show later this year, and maybe we can publish next year.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, I am going to close us out for the evening. You guys enjoy the raid. Where are we going? So
Nerds with Dice.
All right, we're going to go check out Nerds with Dice.
They're playing Candela Obscura, so if you're not a horror person, maybe don't join the raid. But
that's super fair. All right, guys, have a good night.
Go eat a ring pop.
Eat a ring pop, apparently.
Eat a ring
see
pop.
you Sunday, and come wander with us on Discord. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.